And welcome to Isfjell, where the countdown actually synced up with the countdown on my music I was listening to, which was kind of weird. Yes, we're back once more, and once more I have not prepared what I was going to say at the beginning. This is episode or session 33. You think by now I would have learned? No, I will never learn. But yeah, so last week our heroes managed to surprisingly defeat the Archfey, the King in Winter, which, hand on heart as a DM, I can honestly say I did not expect them to win that fight quite as easily as they did.
It was my fiery balls that did it.
Yes, great balls of fire. Yeah, so with the Winter King defeated, they set sail west over the Actaea Mountains, out of Tilafen, and into the Western Wastes. After a brief nighttime run-in with some gnolls, they eventually picked a route, deciding to head up towards, head north, heading towards the coastal town of Ironhaven, hoping to get more information on the giants, potentially on Ira's cousin, and who is somewhere out in the west. And I think there was something else, but I forgot what the something else was. But as they sailed north, they caught sight of something happening ahead of them. As the sun is starting to go down, you can see ahead of them this, small town, or almost more of a village, this little settlement with a wall around it, which appears to have a slight issue going on. You can see people running around on the walls. You can see 3 giants approaching. And as the Cloud Maiden approaches this town, that's where we will pick up. For now. I can't hear you there. So
now your mic was 100 times louder than mine. They're saying your mic is coming in really loud, so if you could turn it down just a tad. It sounds fine to me, and it didn't seem loud.
Testing. Testing.
Let's give it 15 seconds of delay here and see if that's
Yep.
Everyone else is just quiet.
Everyone else just say something so they can see. Say good morning.
Good morning.
Good
Am I as loud as Tiss? Age-old question.
All right, I'm going to go ahead and...
la.
I'm going to go ahead and do what you said to do.
Roll the Marthas.
Martha?
She's the DM. She should be louder. I'm going to go ahead and run the trailer.
See, this is one reason for the wittering at the beginning, is to check sound levels. Before there was light, before there was order, there was chaos. An endless war between the gods and their enemies. A war the gods could not win. Till a champion arose, wielding a weapon of otherworldly power. The war was won, the enemy banished, but the weapon was shattered, its fragments scattered across the new formed world. Now, thousands of years later, many seek the fragments of that long lost weapon. Among them, our 5 brave heroes. The druid, troubled by dreams and his own temper. The blacksmith turned warrior in search of revenge. The raider, determined to protect her friends and her growing family. The traveller from a distant land, guardian of those down on their luck. And the girl willing to sell her soul for a taste of adventure. Their hunt will take them to distant and dangerous lands, far beyond the borders of Isfjell. And we're back. Sorry about the sound issues there. Hopefully they should be
a bit more fixed. I'm afraid my computer fan's running a little loud at the moment, but I just think it's better than it catching fire.
Yes.
So yes, ahead of you, you can see this tiny little walled settlement and people running around in panic, and you can see approaching it from the other side these 3 enormous figures, like these giants, essentially. I think that's, the appropriate word to use here. And looming over the walls of this settlement, each of them dressed in sort of furs and battered-looking armour, wielding enormous weapons, and a couple of them carrying large rocks in their hands. And it's getting quite dark. You can see there's lights on the walls of the settlement. But the question is, what are you doing? The giants don't seem to have noticed you and your boat arriving yet. If you want to slip away, you've probably got plenty of chance.
So they're being attacked, right?
Well, they definitely look friendly. There's lots of shouts and you can hear shouts carried on the wind of sort of, "Man the walls! Man the walls! Everyone get inside! We're under attack!"
Are we able to see like how many giants there are?
3. You know what?
Only 3 giants.
Only 3
Yeah, I guess
giants.
they're giants.
They're giants.
Do they have a giant kitty with them?
No, they didn't bring their giant cat.
Shame. Missed opportunity.
How much do we know? How much did Torvald know about giants? Like about how far they can see, like they have typical eyesight, that type of thing.
You could, for things
Intelligence level.
on that detail, you can make me, I guess, either, history or nature, depending on whether it's from tales or,
Because I speak giant, so I would imagine.
Oh yeah, you know,
I know a little giant culture.
Yeah, you've come across giants and a lot of Goliath that would speak giants as well.
That's true.
But yeah,
that's what it was. Yeah, that's true.
But you would also have seen giants. Like there are giants in the northern part of Isfjell. But as for their exact, eyesight, that's.
It's gonna be an 8.
Yeah, I mean, you've seen giants. You've possibly even spoken to giants before. There's different types of giants. The ones you've mostly come across look quite similar to these ones. They would be frost giants, essentially. Not the smartest. As for their eyesight, you're not too sure. You never did the giant eye test.
Gotcha.
Like a massive, massive chart painted to the sail of your boat, and you just kind of.
What letter is this? All right. Torvald is going to. Let's see. Torvald's going to cast his voice out and use thaumaturgy. So he's going to take in this deep breath, and you just kind of see this just almost supernatural amount of air get taken in. And he's going to project his voice and say, "I'm your god. Turn back now and leave these people alone." And he's going to say it in giant.
Okay, I'm going to ask you to make me an intimidation check here, please.
All right.
And as Torvald is yelling at giants...
Do I get any advantage at all for having a booming voice from the clouds?
It mostly means that he can hear you from that distance, and I'm altering the DC depending on, if you just kind of ran up to them and went, "Oi, giants, piss off."
Can you see that on the stream?
Yes. Any bonuses to it? Oh.
No. It's a 19.
Alright, so as you this boat comes flying out of the night with this booming voice echoes across the town. The giant's pause. You see one sort of look round in confusion, turn to the other and nudge it, and you hear the giant voice, "You hear that?" They look to each other, and then, as one, they turn. You hear the stomp, stomp, stomp of these three giants, for now, heading off to perhaps confer with the smarter giant.
Are you
Well,
serious?
Didn't expect that to work, honestly.
I definitely didn't.
You
You
know, I
mispronounced
owe you a
God.
drink. That was impressive. We all should buy you a drink.
I won't argue with that, that's for sure.
Completely thought that would fail.
Also, the people of the town you can see are staring up at the sky, like wondering what this booming giant voice was.
Who's flying the boat?
We
Aldous?
could say Aldous, if you'd like.
I think she had said that she was gonna be flying the boat.
Alright then. Aldous it is then. Because yes, the cat is currently not there. So it can't fly the boat.
Yeah,
Oh, it's clearly here. It's gone.
I was gonna say it's right there, but
Look, it disappeared. It's not really there.
It's at Moira's house. She's in the Fae. In the Feywild. Right. Aldous, why don't you set the boat down near this town? Is there a spot that we can land that's... Do we see any...
There's plenty of spare space around the town. There isn't any open water, if that's what you're asking about.
Okay.
You're landing on land.
There's no
Right.
water? Like...
No.
Alright.
So as he sets the boat down, it sort of lands. Does not break this time, at least. But lands tilts over at an angle so it's lying on its side, which is a very weird sensation because the gravity is still on at the moment. So you can sort of see the land sort of coming up as almost a wall beside you as you stand on the deck of the boat. It sets down.
Well, that could have gone worse, I guess.
But the people of the town sort of running out towards the gate of their little settlement, weapons clutched in their hands.
we just saved them. That's rude.
Looking at you like, and then you hear a voice call out, "Who are you? What do you want?"
Well, we're here to save you.
We don't have anything worth stealing.
We're not looking to steal anything. We just need a place to rest.
And there's a pause, and then I'm going to turn off the map at the moment because I won't keep up to date with where people are. As a figure steps out at the gate of the settlement, you can see sort of this crowd of assorted villagers who look quite terrified, really, part. And you see this woman stride forward. She's about 7 feet tall. Has like dark grey-green skin, these 2 little tusks poking out from her jaw, and looks probably to be a half-orc based on what you've seen before. And is dressed in this rather impressive cape of black feathers. She goes, "Right, you just came here looking for somewhere to sleep?"
Aye.
Yeah, pretty much. And preferably it's a male.
How did you get the giants to go?
Well,
You in
I
league
speak
with
with
them?
the giant, and I just asked them and told them I was their god.
Yeah. Uthal said something about you saying you were their god.
I I didn't think it would work, honestly. I thought we'd have to kill him.
Doubt it'll work for long. Those scouts. The big boss won't be as easily fooled.
Well, how do you usually defend yourselves?
Badly. We've lost 24 people in the last few weeks to giants.
Well, I'm sorry for your losses. What can we do to help you?
Well, you did just say you could claim you could kill giants.
Aye.
Was that just grandstanding, little man, or can you really kill giants?
I'd be careful what you call me. I'm no man.
Sorry,
He's
Madam
not
Dwarf.
wrong.
What was that again?
I said sorry, Mom.
Mom?
I think she's trying to say ma'am because you said you weren't a man. So now she thinks you're a lady.
Well,
We don't-
you shouldn't assume. What?
To be fair, you would make a pretty lady.
The beard is obviously not long enough to be a woman.
Look, why don't you come in to the hall? We can, rather than us discussing things out here in the cold and the dark.
All right, sounds good to me.
All right, you and your companions.
Aye.
And look. If you really can slay giants, then well, as I said, we don't really have much stuff. There is not much we can offer to pay you here, to be honest.
Well, I guess a night to stay and maybe some information would suffice.
Alright, well. Alright, boy. Keep a good watch on the walls, but weapons away for the moment. I don't think these people mean us harm.
We don't.
Alright, come on in. Welcome to Raven's Rest.
And Torvaldo follow him in.
And she leads you into essentially an almost familiar design of hall. It's this big long hall with a hearth in the centre, and several people sort of huddled inside watching the door warily, mostly of children and unarmed elderly people, as opposed to the people who are outside who looked sort of younger, fighting age. But the half-orc lady leads you inside, and the other sort of villagers, several of them, file in after. You notice they are mostly human. There's a few other half-orcs scattered amongst them. Conspicuously one Goliath, looming above most of them, and another dwarf. Actually, there is another dwarf there, who is peering out from the corner of the hall. Right, take a seat. Here. Ale?
Oh, absolutely. Thank you.
Aye, thank you very much. The name's Torvald, by the way.
Vigdis.
Vigdis. Nice to meet you.
And you too. You're not from round these parts, are you?
No, I am Kressara.
Kressara?
Trellborough.
Trellborough. That's... Isfjell.
Aye.
We've well, we trade goods via the Goliath trade routes with your people. Bought some very nice boots. I think they were Isfjellian made a while back. Very durable.
Have you purchased any knits? We have some very nice ones.
And she sort of gestures out the door towards the forest and hills and goes, "We're not much for fishing here."
You could use them for other things. Hammocks. You could catch birds with them. You throw them high enough.
Net gumbo.
Net gumbo. If you weave them fine enough, you could use them as bug nets.
Sorry, I was not expecting a visit from the Isfjellian net salesman's delegation.
My sister makes them.
Right.
If you're ever interested, just let me know. I can get you some.
Yes. So Torvald, Kressara. She looks at Ira.
Adair.
And Aldous. Well, as you see, this is most of Raven's Rest here. I'm, I suppose one could say I'm in charge here. But, there aren't too many of us left. Now, you said you wanted information and a place to rest, yes?
Hey.
Well, we've got plenty of beds to spare. That's for sure. As for information, it depends what kind of information you're after.
Well, we were wondering if you've maybe heard a tale of an artifact made from glass.
Like a mirror?
No, more of a broken
and then Ira,
shard.
Yeah, Ira can go ahead and... Mr. Bag. Hello. I would like to access the wand, please.
I can't believe you're still using that thing.
Oh, of course I am.
I can't believe you're taking the wand out.
Damn you, James.
Oh, damn you, James. Story of my life. Let's see. That's gonna be a 8 for persuasion.
Did you roll a 2?
The bag is closed.
Uh-oh, I think the cat might have killed her video.
The cat
The
broke it.
It's a
The
catastrophe.
bag
Instead of
is...
the wand, the cat came out of the bag.
I was just staring at the bag like...
I was
Ira
joking
has
about
ceased
not taking
operating.
the wand out. It was just a joke.
Well,
Well,
your friend is clearly very busy with that bag.
It's not the most cooperative one.
Yes, well... I don't recall any specifics or that glass. That would
yes,
happen.
we have a camera malfunction. I'm sure it will resolve itself shortly. There we go.
There we go.
Hello. My roll was so low it disconnected the internet. I got an 8 for persuasion. I don't know if that was
Yeah.
where I left it. Great.
You are also Kressara now.
Excellent.
Sweet.
Grr, barbarian.
Does
Just
that mean I
punch
get
the
to-
bag.
Kressara, just turn your camera off real quick. Unless
No.
Damon's doing it. Don't do it.
No.
It's a quicker fix.
I'm already adjusting them.
Okay.
Trying
to save
Hey,
you
does
some
that
work.
mean I'm Ira? Please, Mr. Bag, would you open for us, please? Because we've done all these cool things and I'm a really nice person and I could really, really use my wand now. Thanks.
I think we're sorted now. Yes. No, the bag does not open. And Vigdis looks over at Ira like, okay, this is perfectly normal behavior.
Never mind on that. The wand that I was going to take out if my bag was cooperative it's just a thin glass shard. Basically, we're looking for. It's been broken up into multiple pieces. We're actually on a very fun scavenger hunt across many different lands.
Well, I don't personally have a glass wand lying around, but
Yes, but have you heard of one in the area? Supposedly there should be one here in the Land of Giants.
this is not the land of giants.
Oh, what is it?
This is Drathvai. One. The land of giants is further west.
Ah, okay. Well, never mind. Just thought maybe you might have heard about it.
There's an old story. I mean, don't know if you have the same stories in Isfjell that, when the world was being made and the gods were fighting against the chaos of the before, that they forged a wand, or the dwarves forged a wand. I can't remember the specifics of the story. Turns out my history is really bad. They forged a wand that was used to banish the outsiders, to bind the outsiders or something. Do you have that story?
Basically, something like
Yeah,
that.
and then it got broken, and is that what you're looking for?
Yes.
Like a legendary god weapon.
Yes. We're kind of a big deal, to be honest. I've been dead before.
You're
Actually,
celebrities.
very similar to Valhalla.
We're just trying to save the world, just like everyone else.
Well, it's not often we get bona fide heroes here in Drathvai.
Well, I wouldn't say heroes, but...
Oh, well, we had one of the diamonds come through a few years back, but that was quite a special event. But anyway, yes.
Haven't we met one of those?
Possibly. That sounds familiar.
Yes, we have. The bag.
Yes. This bag is from one of those people.
Oh, you're
Nasty little man, to be honest.
Well, the one we met seemed alright, but anyway.
Did they have a name?
Not that I remember. It was not a proper name. I don't know. They were very strange people. Anyway, yes. Is there anything else you want information? I'm sorry I can't help you with your hunt for the magic wands. Yes.
Why are the giants attacking you?
Well, they don't tend to stay in chats. They just come and steal people, and then carry them off.
Food, slaves, Kressara type stuff. Any idea why?
We have some theories that they might be using them as servants or slaves, because they've also stolen a couple of cows before, but we thought that was most likely food.
Well, it could be for any of the three, actually.
Yes, but yes, they keep taking people. The last lot were a couple of nights ago. They took 4 more people back then.
Do you know how far away they're taking them?
Some way off northwards. Othel here followed them for a bit, but then they couldn't get right up to where they were camped, because none of us are able to take down a giant. That's not something people do. They're giants. It's in their name. They're giants.
They're big, that's for sure. They're no bigger than a dragon, though.
No. And fire here would be very helpful. How you doing, buddy?
Can I burn these people?
No. We just burned something. You can't burn them. You want to burn a giant? Huh?
Yes.
You want to burn a giant? Do you want to burn a giant?
Yes. It's essentially get from your hammer.
I'm sure that doesn't look, insane at all, because I'm sure nobody can hear fire.
Adair is going to turn and start heading back towards the boat.
Okay.
We have a large group of people talking to inanimate objects.
As
Do a bag, a wall.
there, as you're heading back to the boat, you notice the dwarf who was hanging around by the door sort of peel off and he's kind of seems to be following you back towards your boat.
I will stop and use primal savagery to throw out my claws and teeth and turn and go, "Do you need something?"
I wanted to ask, are you leaving?
We've landed in a village. It's being attacked. People are taken. No, we're going to go solve the problem. That's what we do. I just figured I'd go ahead and shortcut it and get back to the boat and wait.
Oh, I was just going to ask if you were leaving, if I could have a lift.
Where to?
Anywhere that's not here. People keep getting snatched by giants. It's...
You understand we've had some bad luck with people who just want a ride somewhere.
Well, I'm trying to get, ideally towards Damonia or Kazgazan, but I'll take Ironhaven, basically anywhere that's not here.
And how do you propose we take you there?
In the boat you turned up in.
And it didn't seem odd to you that we were in a flying boat? I mean, usually that's the, you walk into a box that's bigger on the inside, the first thing you say is, it's bigger on the inside.
I mean, the elves have flying cities. Why wouldn't you have a flying boat?
Makes perfect sense to Dare. Well, I'm fine with it, but first thing, I need you to strip off and show me that you don't have any weapons or any other things I need to be concerned about.
I mean, I've got this sword. He holds out a very...
You want to ride, them's the rules.
He holds out a very shiny looking sword that looks like it's possibly never been used for anything.
Just cross his arms and tap his foot going...
It's quite cold out here, you know.
You'll be fine.
Do we hear this happening?
Oh, this is going on outside. It depends if you're paying attention to what Vigdis is saying inside the hut, or if you're hanging around by the door, wondering where Adair went. It's up to you.
I guess, see if I would have heard it. Probably. 24. Guys, do you hear that? Oh, where's Adair?
Oh, did he see a badger and chase it?
I think he pees outside. I don't think he's comfortable with doing it inside.
I should hope none of you are peeing inside my hut.
Oh, I'm
What?
sorry, is that...
Now I'm going to have to keep
Okay.
an eye on Ira all the time. And
Oh, Ira, that reminds me, I have something for you later. I'm rewarding you for that comment. That was very good.
I don't like the fact that me mentioning pee warranted you bringing up a gift for me, but I'll gladly accept it regardless.
Well, you're in luck.
So I guess since he's gone, I don't typically use the flat shiny pokey things because I prefer the giant hammer. So I'm going to give you the spoils of war here, and I'll hand over the sword from the Winter King. Just don't lose it.
Are you doing this in front of the whole, longhouse full of villagers? Yeah.
I'm just giving her a gift. Just don't lose it, and if you ever decide you don't want it, just give it back. Don't sell it because, we did have to murder the Winter King for that.
Yes, of course. Do you have the
Poking
stats on that, by the way? Out of character.
I do not. I'm sure our giant ominous
Madam
voice
DM in the sky.
Ah.
Send me the stats for the sword, please.
Yes. Are you spending some time to attune to this?
Ooh, it needs a tuning. Yeah.
While she's
wait.
playing with her sword, I'm gonna go look for a dare.
How many things can you be attuned to at a time? I know I'm already attuned to the
3.
wand. 3, great. Okay. Cool.
And yeah, I'll send that to you in just one sec.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ira will take it and just like a little kid in a candy shop, just ooh, no sword. And
It's this really beautiful looking longsword that sort of glitters in the light, and you just throw off like glints of sunlight almost whenever you turn it one way or the other. It's beautiful. Looks very expensive, and everyone in this hall is sort of staring at this sword with like, whoa, these people are the real deal. We've got proper heroes here.
if you think this is cool, look at this. And she'll take out Skitters and put it on the table. And the mouse will start running around.
I forgot you had that.
I have so many things in my bag.
Too bad Adair wasn't here. He could show them what he's got. He's got a really nice hat.
I'm wearing it. I will not stop wearing my wizard hat. I am a
But yes,
powerful wizard.
inside the Vigdis sort of looks as you're handing this sword back and forth as this discussion is going on.
I'm sorry, she's my friend. I don't have anything to give you.
No, that's quite the sword. Look, you seem to imply that you could kill these giants.
Oh yeah, I'm sure we could.
What would it take for you to kill them for us?
Probably would have to discuss that as a group. Sure, money, items, things.
Right.
Potential information. By the way, have any of you ever been in the Fey realm?
No.
Do any of you want to?
Look,
Go down a secret dark path in case, and fight bad guys.
look, I might not know a whole lot of things. I might live in what you might assume is a strange backwater. But I know one thing for certain. Nothing good comes of meddling with the Fae.
So,
The gods themselves have told me that,
you talk to the gods? That could be useful information. They're not always bad. My daughter is Fae.
Okay, and as this conversation veers into confusion on Vigdis's behalf, Adair, you're standing outside with a now naked dwarf.
We've got to hurry. By now they're negotiating price. And I'm going to look through his clothes. Is there anything that would cause me concern, being weapons, strange sigils, broken shards of a mirror, broken shards of a glass, mushroom potions? What else have we run into? Anybody? Rings? Explosive-looking bottles?
Make me an investigation check, please.
Giant
Oh, that's a 19.
Okay, so looking through his stuff, aside from the very shiny, new-looking sword, he has a very shiny new-looking knife, some rather expensive-looking boots. In general, his clothing looks like it was recently made and it was quite expensive. It is travelling clothes, but good quality stuff. He also has this rolled up bunch of papers, which, if you go through, appear to be plans and maps of some building or structure. Like several different layers and maps of rooms and tunnels and all sorts of stuff.
Are you an
And-
archaeologist?
No, it's, well, what's an archaeologist?
It's just some people we ran into that we didn't get on well with.
No, I'm a dwarf.
Why do you have all these papers of...
Oh, I got this from my grandfather. They're supposedly the plans of the lower levels of Dunmornir, one of the old dwarven cities. So here's the thing: me and my cousins had this whole plan. We were gonna go back to Dunmornir and, dig out the treasure underneath it and everything.
Would that treasure happen to include any broken pieces of, glass wands or anything that you're aware of?
No, but, it's meant to be, the ancient treasures of the dwarves, the forges of old, where, great weapons were made and all that, and kings were buried, and,
So you're saying there's a chance?
Yeah, possibly. Anyway, yeah, so we were gonna go dig out that, only things haven't exactly been going to plan.
And what happened to your brother?
Cousins?
Cousins?
Well, one of them fell in a hole crossing the mountains. Two of them got eaten by trolls. And a bearer got taken by the giants, as did the other two. So basically, yeah, there's just me left.
I noticed your sword doesn't appear to have ever been used.
Well, I didn't get a chance to stab the troll. It ran away too fast. Yeah.
Is Torvald approaching at this point?
Up to Torvald.
Yes, Torvald will walk out.
And you can see Actaea conversing in the cold night air with a naked dwarf.
Well, if I had known you were into dwarves, Adair.
Oh, he was looking for a passage on the ship.
And
I will
so
hand...
you made him strip naked.
Of course, and I will hand... I figured it's previewing for Kressara, and I will hand Torvald the papers.
I will take a look at them and see.
They look to be sketched plans of various halls and tunnels. Quite detailed, notes, measurements, all sorts of things.
He says this is some ancient dwarven something or the other. It's a hole in the ground.
Sounds like dwarves to me.
All the labels are in Dwarvish, and you can see sort of labels of, forges, burial chambers, all sorts of things.
Does it look familiar? Like, is it something that I would have heard of?
Dunmornir is one of it's a famous ancient Dwarvish city that was out in the west. I'm pinging it on the map.
Oh.
It was abandoned hundreds of years ago for vague and unexplained reasons. Like, there's a lot of stories that something terrible happened there. There's a lot of different stories about what it was that happened there. Some say something from underneath the mountains came and got them. Another story says it's a dragon. Another story says it was just infighting. Like, there's a lot of different stories for what happened, but the general conclusion is something terrible happened. No one got out alive.
Oh, so they ran out of beer.
Yes. It's a classic dwarven fortress issue.
They just destroyed themselves from within.
Possibly, but yes, it is, and once it fell, lots of the other sort of dwarven strongholds in the west fell after it, or partly fell.
Well, this is all very detailed. I've heard of this place before. Is it close to here?
It is. Depends what you're counting as close. Are you asking me or you're asking him?
I'm asking him.
He goes, well, not exactly close per se. I mean, it's a few 100 miles west yet. Like 300 miles.
And you think we can find any of the stuff there today?
Today?
Well, I mean in the present time.
I mean, sorry, I'd be throwing that. I mean, no one who has gone to try and get the treasures back has ever come back. So presumably the treasure's still there.
And why do you have this here?
Well, we were going there to go and try and get it back. Me and my cousins.
He's lost all of his cousins and he's never drawn his sword. That's the short
so you're a
version.
coward! Oh.
Combat pragmatist.
I would use, if
Look,
there's a dwarven
it's
slang for coward, I would use the dwarven coward.
He looks rather offended. He goes, look. It's all been a bit of a disaster, and Barra said we should have, found a wizard or something to go with us. Would have gone much better, but we couldn't find any wizards at short notice.
Well, lucky for you. We have a dare here. He's a wizard.
Dare will nod.
Oh. And a burglar. Apparently you need a burglar for these sorts of things.
Well, we're fresh out of those, so...
Look. Anyway, I kind of given up on the treasure thing, seeing as just me on my own. Doesn't seem hugely likely. So, if you could just give me a lift of somewhere on a trade route or on a harbour where I can get a lift to somewhere not here. Basically, I don't want to get eaten by giants.
You do understand that this group will be confronting the giants before we do anything else. That's kind of how it goes.
Well, alright. When you've...
They're negotiating the... Have they finished negotiating the price, Torvald?
I left to go and find you. I heard something and I thought you might be in danger.
No,
Look, how much
I decided to step outside to pee, and then I was going to go back to the ship.
Well,
Can I
next
put
time, put one of your socks on the door.
Look, 2 questions. First of all, can I put my clothes back on? It's quite cold.
We'll get back to you in a moment.
Secondly, how much can I pay you not to fight the dragons and just leave and take me with you?
Dragons?
Dragons.
Giants! Sorry, slip of the tongue.
I hope that wasn't a Freudian slip.
I would like to determine if this person is lying to us now. Or...
They're later. Dragon.
That was entirely me, but you can make an insight check if you like.
Do I trust the DM?
My mind had just wandered onto dragons. Okay.
Well, what do you think, Torvald?
Well, I guess we could bring you somewhere, but we're not going to let your interests outweigh all of them in here.
Well, it was, worth a try. Anyway, can I put my clothes back on?
Aye.
Right. And as he starts getting dressed, we'll be back to the outside gang in a moment. Meanwhile, inside the hall, with Vigdis, Kressara, and Ira. So, when you say payment, we're not exactly a gold-rich community.
Well, since Adair's not here and he can't stop me, neither can Torvald, do you have a courier that can go really fast?
We have letters we send either to Cold Haven or Ironhaven.
How far away is that from Bonebrook?
Where's Bonebrook?
A good ways away. That's concerning. You don't even know where it is. It's a really important place. There's a really important man that lives there. How could you not know where this is?
I mean, is it in, yes, is it in Tilafen? I
Pasta.
can, oh. Yeah, so we can get letters to other bits of Drathvi, or Tilafen, or if we, Uthel, if you give it to one of your cousins on the trading route, you could get it over to Isfjell. Aye, the Goliath in the corner nods.
Okay, because I have a really important letter that needs to go to Bonebrook and would prefer a response before we leave. I mean, we are going to kill the giants.
I don't know exactly where this Bonebrook place is, so I suspect.
Draw you a map.
And she just gets a map. She kind of goes, "Look, I'm going to be honest here. You'd need to be Lord Grim himself to get a message to there and back in anything less than basically ever. Like, it's this entire kingdom's in the way."
I'll have to speak to Aldous about that. Should I could? I wonder if she could. And then Kressara just goes off talking to herself. Aldous, do you think you could make that happen?
Aldous doesn't seem to be paying attention. Who knows if she could do it? But
I guess I could burn a hair. I'd hate to waste. You know, I would hate to waste a hair on that, though. You know.
As Vigdis turns to Ira as the last person there.
How long does it take for me to attune to this?
An hour.
Okay. So, okay. Okay.
You've got an option.
Can I choose to not attune to it after I start?
You can become unattuned to it. So you can decide to unattune to it.
Grr.
So yeah, once it's up to you. Yeah, you don't have to keep it.
I wouldn't know the impact of it though until after I've attuned to it, correct?
No.
Alright, well, I'll keep attuning to it then.
And Vigdis just sighs like, why couldn't it have been a more competent adventuress?
Are you speaking to me?
Oh, no.
Because I could probably answer that question.
Well, I was more saying, look, you said you can kill the giants.
Yeah, sure.
We can offer you. I can probably scrape together some gold to pay you, but would 50 gold cover it?
Sure. Torvald in the distance.
And look, we can do. I'll start a whip round of the townspeople. See if anyone's got any, family heirlooms buried hidden away or anything. But Raven's Rest was never much. It's more of a passing through point for travellers, and trade has been a bit lax recently.
Okay, I know all about trade, or at least I used to. Yes. Well, we were meant to be here anyways, and we're probably going to be dealing with giants regardless. So any amount of money that you could get together is fine.
Well, I will go work on that and get you some beds sorted for the night. Because I presume you're not going to hunt giants in the dark. And to be fair, actually, they probably might come back tonight. It depends how long they're convinced that their god has turned up.
Is it easier to hunt giants during the night? Do you have some secret giant hunting tactics that we don't know about? We'll hunt them in the night if that's easier.
Do I look like I have secret giant hunting tactics?
Oh, I mean, I try not to make assumptions about anyone, to be honest.
See, this is my giant fighting tactic when they turn up here. It's get everyone to get a weapon and pray as hard as I can.
That's
and that's
tactic.
basically it.
We like to do sacrifices, so
Well, they took all our cows. We've kind of run out of things to sacrifice.
Oh, that's okay. Well, which gods do you tend to pray to?
Well, our Lord Grim, obviously, and Lady Night and Lady Winter.
Oh. My god is also a lady, so may the goddesses be strong on our side.
Yes, well, Winter is rarely on anyone's side, and
Especially because he's dead.
right.
This
Yeah,
is
yeah.
a sword. By the way.
But how close are your people to Lord Grim?
As in physically or spiritually?
Both.
I have been a dedicated worshipper and priestess of his since I was a child.
If you can get him to take a letter to Bonebrook, I will defeat the giants for you. I will defeat my giant for you for free. I can't speak for the others. They'll want gold.
I'll do anything. I'm just kind of here.
Miss Kressara, the gods are not a courier service. One does not simply call upon
But
the
you would
gods
have
to
dead,
take.
you would have dead giants for free.
Gods don't just turn up when people ask.
I will pay my friends to fight the giants for you, so it'll be completely free.
Kressara, we share the money.
I know, but I'll give them some of my gold, so they're still getting paid because it's only 50 gold. I have like 1,000, and then they don't get charged. That's a pretty good deal. 3 dead giants for free.
Yes, I will.
Money
Yes,
separate from Mark. I thought we all shared. I have no money to my name.
You should have 1,000. We'll speak to Torvald about this later.
All right. If I say that I will get the gods to take a letter for you, will you kill the giants?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
In which case, yes, I will get the gods to take a letter to Bonebrook
Yes,
for you.
in Bonebrook. That's the
Yes.
recipient's name. Very important person. I feel Adair rolling his eyes right now, but yes.
Yes, of course. I will do that.
But I need a response too, because otherwise you could be lying to me.
A response from
From Fiven. So he has to take the letter and then get the response and bring
yes, I'm sure that can be arranged.
it. Done. Giants are dead. Consider them dead.
Okay, right. Well, do you want the letter sending tonight? I mean, really, to get in touch with the gods, it probably has to be there's going to be some ceremony involved. I've got to gather some things together.
I got it right here. Here you go.
And she takes the letter and goes, well, I'm going to go and converse with the gods. I will leave you to arrange your giant slaying plans. And she takes the letter and then disappears
So Ira, are you ready?
deeper
to
into
test
the
out
hut.
Are you ready to test out your new sword?
Out.
Sweet. I don't think Torvald's going to be overly pleased, but he still gets money.
With the sword or with the letter? Or with the money?
The money.
Or with the giants? Or with the wand?
Well, if
Or
we
with the
kill
cows? The cow thing's kind of concerning. I think all their cows are dead. They mentioned that? Did you pick up on that?
all the cows are dead, then how do they get milk?
Exactly. Very concerning.
That's a problem. Should we get them new cows too?
Yes.
We could. Adair does the animal thing, so maybe he can call cows to the city.
What if Adair turns into a cow and then
And gives
summons
them
all the other
milk?
cows? Okay.
That's been done.
No self-respecting druid would ever turn into a cow.
I don't know what you
I
mean.
heard.
Yeah, what a nice dig that must have been to someone. Who knows?
I heard this
Definitely not
story.
So we need to go out and tell Adair that he needs to turn into a cow and attract cows to the city. Then we need to go find the giants and slay them.
Alright, whilst you're having this conversation, the two of you outside, as you're talking, you hear thud, thud, thud. Off in the darkness, in the night beyond. Thud.
Can I tell what direction
The
it's coming from?
It is coming from the far side of town from where your boat is. From the direction you saw the giants head off in earlier.
So from the north, kind of.
Yes.
Northeast, west east, maybe. Okay.
Yes.
Ooh.
But yeah, you can hear this thud, thud, thud.
Well, no rest for the wicked, I guess.
What's our little dwarf friend's name aside from Coward? I'm not sure what to call him.
Tacklin.
I'll stick with Coward.
Call me Tack.
You should probably go back in the building and
Yeah,
let our
yeah,
friends know that. Just tell them big footsteps. That should do it.
Alright, so as Vigdis has gone off to petition the gods, Kressara and Ira, the doors to the hall burst open, and you hear a shout as the dwarf runs in and goes, "The giants are back!"
Is the dwarf still naked?
He is at this point about half dressed. He's got one shoe on, like his shirt on, but he hasn't got his coat on. He's like hopping on one foot.
Okay, so I suppose we should go outside and handle
Well,
this.
it's at this point that I think I am going to ask for people to please roll me some initiative.
Oh dang, they're that close.
Torvald.
Well, they're not that close yet.
Him to say.
Can I use my sword yet?
Yes, you can use your sword.
Excellent.
Well, they're not that close yet, but they're giants. They'll be there soon. And it was giving you one chance if you wanted to, prepare anything before they actually get to the walls of the village.
15 for Torvald.
A 15 for Torvald.
21.
A 21 for Ira.
7.
I also got a 7.
Up to you which one of you wants to go first.
Kressara, I would think would go first.
I think I went first.
Well, I
don't care. I'll go
guarantee
first.
that your dex is better than mine.
My...
Yes, it is.
Yeah, I go first.
So yeah, Ira, the dwarf has come running into the hut. You hear this thud, thud, thud from the darkness outside. What would you like to do?
Now would be a good time for anyone else to tell me if there is an advantage to fighting giants at night. I never got a clear answer.
Might be okay with your goggles.
True.
How bright is the moonlight this evening?
Reasonably bright. I hadn't checked the phase of the moon.
Just trying to see if I can see or not, because
It would be if you probably lit inside the camp, dimly lit the further you go, sort of outside into the darkness and the trees and stuff beyond the edge of the camp.
Perfect.
And you said it's to the north we heard it? Or to
The bottom end of the map, which is the north,
Okay,
because the
fine.
map's
So Ira is going to head outside. I assume the door is just approximately where that dwarf is.
yes.
Okay, great. So
It's the door.
5, 10, 20, oh wait, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, Great. May as well sprint actually, and she'll go ahead and catch up to the rest of the
wrong
group.
way. Hey, you're going the wrong way. Follow the arrow.
But she saw, well, she doesn't know where the giant is necessarily, so she was just going towards you guys. Yeah. So she walked out and saw y'all and assumed that you were in position and ran over to you guys and was like, hey, where's the giant?
Giants rolled surprisingly good stealth. Yeah, they genuinely did.
I'm trying to get as much of the map on the screen as I can here. So.
Yeah, I know it's a kind of a giant map for giants.
Giants.
Awesome.
The people on the wall are guards, right?
Yeah, they look villagers.
Cool. Yeah, Ira will
Giant
just run
fodder.
up and assume that the giants are near y'all and go, ready to fight? Hey! And that'll be her turn.
Okay. You hear the thud, thud, thud as the giants emerge from the darkness and come stomping up to the walls. And this one reaches out and snatches up one of the villagers.
Whoops. Wrong way.
How tall are the walls?
The walls are probably only about 12 feet high. Like it's less of a wall and more of a like makeshift, much patched like.
So kneecap
Okay.
to groin height on the giant, or
Yes,
Okay.
yes, like not much of a barrier to giants, but it looks like they've been repaired many times. These walls. But yeah, the giant like snatches at one of the people on the walls. You see, as one of the other giants bends down, picks up a rock from the ground, and hurls it into the camera. Goes smashing through the roof of one of the buildings. You hear screaming from within. And the last giant of those three giants comes up and swipes to snatch another figure from the wall, but this villager ducks down and manages to avoid being grabbed. He sort of dives back off the wall with a kind of, ah, shit! Giants! To arms! To arms! And you hear villagers getting bows out, drawing weapons, firing back at the giants as... I'll roll that whilst it's your turn, Torvald.
Alright, so Torvald is gonna like tap on Ira's shoulder and point. Oh, they're over there! And he's gonna run forward towards the giants and leave behind a doppelganger. He's gonna be, let's see, yeah, it works. So as he's running, he's gonna take out his. Can I see the giant from where I am, basically?
Yes, it's a giant.
It's a giant. It's a giant. Torvald is gonna take his hammer off of his belt, and you see the axe flare on the front, the axe head flare in the front, and like thunder. And he's gonna say, "All right, friend, let's go." And he's gonna take it, and he's gonna go like he's throwing it, but you just see the hammer stop, and then this ethereal axe flies out towards the giant as I cast spiritual weapon. So that's gonna fly and hit. What is going on? Trying to drag it. There it is. And that's gonna go right over towards the I did it. I did it too, dragon. Towards the giant, and going to swing an attack at it.
So it's some strange conspiracy going on where these are actually, actually dragons in this cunning disguise.
Alright, it's gonna be 18 to hit.
That will hit.
Alright. It's gonna be a whopping 7 force damage.
7 points.
And then as the axe hits him, it's going to hit him kind of like in the side of the head, and then a bolt from the sky is going to come down and hit it, and he's going to toll to dead.
Of course.
Of course.
That is a 4.
4. Woo!
I did not... Where is my lucky die? There's my lucky die.
15 necrotic damage.
That's more like it.
There we go.
Glowing axe.
And that's it. He just pokes it.
Okay. Oh, I deleted the wrong Torvald from the map. So I need to add the correct Torvald into... No, I was tracking the order.
Oh, checking the order. Oh, gotcha.
What was yours again? 16? Or 15?
What's that?
Your initiative, what was it again?
15.
15. Perfect. But, yes, as this one giant looks down in surprise at this glowing axe, you hear a roar from behind as a 4th giant comes charging forwards towards the walls. And charges forwards and crashes full tilt through the wall. And you see one of the defenders on the walls is sent flying. You hear the crunch as the giant keeps on running through into the camp.
These are huge too, aren't they?
Yes. Yes. And there's now a hole in the walls. And it's at this point that Vigdis comes running out of her hut, holding in one hand some burning feathers and the other hand a letter.
Your scouts aren't very good. We had no warning.
Damn it! What's above? And you see her look towards the 3 giants. She starts muttering something under her breath as she looks towards the giants. And as I'm just double checking something on her spells, Kressara, it's your turn.
Almost forgot to turn my mic back on. Whoopsie. Okay, there are 2 me's accidentally on the thing, by the way. But
Okay, hang on. Let me delete
the one off in La La Land over there, where I accidentally pulled it because I didn't see my token.
I was too organised for once.
I tried to pull my token early because I can never get it to get out of there. Okay, so I'm going to measure because I know I would come. Yeah, I'm gonna come busting out of that house. Whee!
Combustin.
So bad. God, that was so bad. But I love it.
didn't see I wasn't looking at the camera, so I didn't see what he was doing, but that's perfect.
It's combustin time.
It's combusting time. And I'm gonna run up to the giants and say my activation command word that I have not come up with yet.
It needs to be combusted now.
It's probably gonna be combusted now. It's combusting time, and as my maul bursts into flame, I am going to try to attack said giant. Really hope these dice don't suck again. Oh god, I need new dice. So attack 1. 8 and then
Wait.
Yep, 10.
Against the one that came through the wall, yeah?
Yes.
Neither of those will hit.
It
No.
was a 10. It was
Yeah.
the first attack was a 10. That's what she said.
To hit, yeah.
Yeah, no. No.
The one was, she was saying, her first attack.
Okay.
Yeah. Attack number 2.
Well, a 10 won't hit either. Like.
Oh, that's much better. 15, 15, 16, 17. So that is a 18 to hit.
Yes, that will hit. The first one, I mean, it hit. The giant just didn't seem to notice at all.
Okay. And we do have, since my mall has burst into flame, we have 40 feet of bright light and then 40 feet out of dim light.
Nice.
All right.
So,
That's helpful for other people.
Yeah.
yes. Okay.
You can see what you're doing.
So, with my maul, I got 2d6. With that one, I got 2d6. 46 damage. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. 17 points of damage. Some of those are fire.
17. All right.
Irrelevant how many are fire.
Yeah, I threw them all at once. I'm just like,
Is it relevant how many are fire, Tess?
Not telling.
Why not?
they're all fire
No,
damage.
no.
All of them.
But yeah, as you're doing that, Vigdis holds up these burning feathers that she had and sort of waves them towards the giants and says, "The curse of Lady Night and Lord Grim upon you. May your weapons miss. May your minds falter." And you see the two of the giants sort of reel back slightly for a moment as she's done something to them.
Nice.
And Adair, it is your turn.
Adair is going to move forward. Let's see. Right up by Torvald, it looks like. And dig his hands into the ground and once more call forth for the earth to bring a defense. And he is going to pop 4 of those magmen. I guess they're going to be fiery balls again. Around the,
I still hadn't got around to getting a proper Magmin token. Sorry, I will do for future.
Balls of fire.
I had a whole
Adair's
week,
going to
you
put
know.
his flaming balls around the giant.
All right.
Fireball. Love that stuff.
I'm going to give you the fiery balls to distribute as you please. I just need to make sure I've got the right... Whoop. Oh. There we go. Hang on. Controlled by Adair.
Alright, so once again, I'm just going to... Well, I could control one of them so far.
Yeah, I'm working on it, okay?
No, I dragged the one. I went to grab the other, and it didn't work no more. So I was just a little disappointed.
Oh, come on.
I think we're all doing our southern accents now.
I can't. I'm sure at a disadvantage here.
Let me do my southern accent. This
Sounds
is
like
my
an
southern
excuse.
accent.
I can't do a southern accent, alright? Actually, no, I tell a lie. I could do a southern accent, it's just not a southern American accent.
Bingo. And that's okay. I can't do a Brit accent for anything. Okay. So anyway, yeah, those guys are there and their initiative is a 6.
Alright, so I will add the fireballs in.
And their instruction is to kill
Burn.
the big thing.
Alright, well,
kill the
because
giant dragon.
Because there are 6, they are up next. So, roll.
All right, each of them are
Roll-
going to reach out and to touch this thing in the probably the toe because of how tall they are. Let's see, that's 1 nat 20, a 17, a 21, and a dirty 20.
Okay. Sorry. Can you say that again? I completely zoned out.
The
I'm sorry.
the lowest was a 17.
They will all hit then.
Okay, and one of them was a nat 20.
Sorry. Yeah, that will extra hit. Sorry, I listened to the numbers and I just let them sort of wash over me, and I was like, I'm supposed to be doing something with these numbers.
I'll do the nat 20 first. So that is going to be 6, and we just double it, right? So that is going to be 12 fire damage from that one. I'll just roll the rest of them and add them up.
Yeah.
Otherwise we'll be here forever.
Don't make me do the maths.
I've
think we've
learned
already
this. I have now learned this, and you know.
Like, it's the one great downside of being a DM is so much mental arithmetic, and
that is going to be 39 fire damage.
all right. This is not a happy giant anymore.
Is there anything flammable on this giant?
Yes, it's clothing.
Then they ignite as well.
Patting down, like, at burning clothes. And looking at this giant now, illuminated by the Kressara's burning wall and the Magman's is attacking it, you can see that this giant definitely looks different from the other three, in that this one appears to have at least 3 heads, and perhaps the start of a 4th head halfway up its chest. You can see that it's like extra heads sort of sprouted out of its neck in a kind of odd, slightly deformed angle. But yeah, a 3-headed giant. And I think that brings us back around to Ira.
For sure. 3 heads.
Yeah, 3 heads.
Sweet. So I will then sprint all the way back to the other side. And let's see, is there, so in terms of this building, is there like, I know the entrance is approximately here. Is there like an exit on this other side?
Yeah, you can go out on the other side.
Great. In which case she'll just kind of go through, so. Let's see. Over to Aldous, basically.
Yeah.
And she'll show back up. She's still like, she's panting. She's like, oh. Oh, the giants are over here.
Oh, yes, I was supposed to be doing something. Hey, giants.
And then that'll be her turn again.
Is that everything?
Yeah, sprinting takes an action. I could still do a bonus action, technically, I believe. But I don't believe there's anything that I would like to do.
That's alright. In which case, that brings us back round to the giants. And this one giant at the far end starts, tramping off back into the night, carrying with him a still sort of struggling and yelling villager. This one comes trudging around the wall and is going to attempt to grab a villager, swings out with his hands. These 2 villagers both ducked either side. The giant looks around and sort of swings back vaguely with the other arm. And still does not manage to get a villager. Stop moving! And the last giant, the one in the middle, bends down and picks up another rock. And is going to hurl it at Kressara. Who is, very nicely illuminated. And he picks up this rock, sends it hurling towards Kressara, and that will be a 25 25 to hit.
Just barely does it hit. Just barely, but it hits.
Alright, so Kressara is just standing toe-to-toe with this large giant. You sort of hear this gust of wind for a second, and then this large rock just comes down from the sky, and that is... Oh, you're quite lucky on that for 9. Incredibly lucky. That will be 14 points of damage. Oh no, plus 6. 20. 20, that sounds more reasonable. I was like, that's very low. Only 20 points of damage. You're fine.
Yeah, as many hit points as I have, it's not that bad.
Yes, this rock comes flying out the sky. And that is the giant's turn. The villagers, sort of the ones that are not dead, are fighting back, striking back. You see the Goliath, wherever I've lost him. Might have lost my Goliath, but sort of pulling out an axe and sort of wielding it. It's quite some skill at the giant, as the others are using quite makeshift-looking weapons. But as I'm rolling those, I think it's Torvald's turn.
All right. So Torvald's going to run as fast as his little dwarf legs will take him, and try to get as close as he can up near Kressara, I guess, and he's going to was this the one I attacked?
I think that one was the one you attacked.
This is the one I attacked, so it moved away since then?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
So and Torvald is going to
But you can tell that one has the one that's now by the axe has also been hit. It's got a couple of villagers' arrows sticking out of it.
Okay. So Torvald is going to call down from the sky. So he's gonna reach up with his axe, and you just see this bolt go up, and then descending from the sky, you just see this being that's dwarf, but it's got wings, and it's got this large axe and a shield, and on the shield is emblazoned with the sign of Thunderer. And it descends from the sky, and it's going to land right here, and it's a large creature.
Okay, I didn't have a god dwarf token ready. No one warned me about the god dwarf.
I'm sorry.
I will have something in just a sec. Got the surprise god dwarf. Yeah, roll this god dwarf is doing. I'll give you a token for it in just a sec.
Yeah. So as he casts Guardian of Faith.
Alright. Guardian of Faith, yes.
As this being descends down, it only attacks during, like, when they start their turn. It says start their turn.
I'll use this for now until I find something better.
For the first time.
This is a temporary god dwarf.
Temporary god dwarf. Okay.
Okay, so you have control in a sec of the temporary god dwarf. We'll find a more permanent god dwarf at a later date.
Gotcha. So it's just a ball of light instead of a ball of fire.
Look, okay.
I should have warned you.
To be fair, I had an entire week of warning, and the fireballs are still fireballs, so...
It's all good. So I'm trying to. Would it attack now, or would it wait?
Is it?
It says, any creature hostile that moves to a space within 10 feet of the guardian for the first time on a turn.
So it would be on their turn.
So, and as it's descending, the weapon, the spiritual weapon, kind of goes over and fuses with his axe, and it swings it at this giant here. So do an attack. Ooh, that's a D12. I rolled a 12 on it. So it would have hit. There we go. 21.
21. That will hit. That will hit. Just
11 force damage.
Right. This giant looks quite taken aback. Not fair. Want glowing the sky giant? You see the giant just kind of looks up at the sky. No. Yeah, it's everything, Torvald. There's no response, no glowing sky giant.
I'm your god. That's the turn there. Anything else I can do?
Okay, which brings us to the on fire 3-headed giant, who is not going to put out the fire. They're too pissed off to do that, so roll me some fire damage. Instead, they're going to swing with their great axe at the most obvious target in front of them, which is Kressara.
As a player, I have to ask this. Since the creature was touched by 4 magmen, are they going to get damage from the 4 fires that the magmen started, or just 1?
I'll say they're either on fire or not on fire.
Okay.
So, like, yeah. So I think I counted just once. I don't want to set a precedent for quadruple fire.
I feel it was a legitimate question I had to ask.
Yeah, no, legitimate question. I might come back to that at a later point, but in the instant, but yeah. So the giant swings down with its axe at Kressara. Once, that is 23. Twice, that is 14. Oh, hang on, no. Oh, yeah, no, it's still 23, yeah. Yeah, 23 and a 14.
1 hits.
I thought it might. So it's
14, right?
Yeah.
You
need to stop using that reverse AC armor. It's
confusing. You're the one who put aliens into our game. It's your fault.
Technically, he's correct.
I can't argue with that. 10, 17. That is 21 points of. Oh no, hang on. Sorry, rolled the wrong damage there. Please hold. 14. 26.
Stop rolling dice.
30. That is 30 points of slashing damage.
Jesus.
As this giant axe cleaves down at you.
You haven't started raging yet either, have you?
No.
Dang.
Fuck.
Would have been nice to shave 15 off of that.
Yeah. Someone's gonna have to heal me. Anyway, does that mean it's my turn?
Yes, but before it, Adair, how much fire damage was that from this?
2. Just 2.
2 points of fire damage. Alright. It is your turn. It's also, actually, technically first it is Aldous' turn. She comes running out, and for simplicity's sake,
she had said she was going to stand on the wall and shoot Eldritch Blast at her.
I was going to say, she's going to stay at the back and fire a couple of Eldritch Blasts at the most obvious targets. One of those will hit, one of those definitely won't. So I'll just roll the damage on that. As Kressara, what are you doing?
Fixing to kill me a giant. So I'm going to rage, and when I rage, There's just going to be an explosion of ice as Torvald and I both gain 3 temporary hit points because he's right next to me. I'm gonna add those.
Ice, baby.
Add that so I don't forget. And then I am going to charge the giant. And that, since I have my calculator, I'm gonna make this much faster, will be a 26 to hit.
That will hit, yes.
Perfect. And for these, it's gonna be 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 points of damage. And that's 6 points of fire damage. Separated them this time.
Okay.
For attack number 1. And then I'm gonna charge and go after its leg. That's gonna be not as good. That's a 17 to hit.
That will still hit.
Yes. Yes, I'm absolutely furious that they threw a rock at me and then an axe.
Hey, it was a different one that threw a rock at you.
I don't know that. I wasn't looking. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 points of damage. 4 of those are fire damage.
Okay, this giant is now very much on fire and looking down at its bruised and battered legs. Its sort of 3 heads look down. See it sort of take a couple of breaths, and it's starting to look angry. You can see the flicker of rage behind its eye is starting to grow. Yes. There's a lot of rage to go around here. But is that everything, Kressara?
Yes. The only thing I'm gonna do is I would move off to the side just a bit so I'm not in its direct line of sight, but I'm still staying within 10 feet of Torvald.
Sort of in the edge of this slightly wrecked looking hut you're now standing in, where the giant crashed into it earlier. You can see it seems to be someone's house. / cowshed, it seems to be a multi-purpose building. But yes. Adair in the balls of fire, it is your turn.
Adair is going to jump into the air, spread his arms, and wild shape into a vulture. And he is going to fly off over here against the giant that is taking that poor person into the woods. And it's within 60 feet, so at the end of that, I'm going to attack with my talons and beak. Going for the eyes, preferably, but you know.
So, I'm going to say, how big's the vulture?
Unfortunately, my attacks apparently don't go too well, because that is a 9 and a 14.
Not very talented.
No, apparently not.
No. That'll do
Taking my
for
beak
now.
in places it doesn't belong.
Is this a large creature, this vulture?
It is a giant vulture. So, yeah.
That'll do for now. That'll do for now. I did not have a vulture ready. But that one will do. There you go. It's your makeshift vulture token.
Works for me.
But yeah, neither of those did any. What was the highest one?
14.
No, sorry.
Yeah, I figured.
Not quite good enough.
But hopefully I distracted him enough. Maybe. We'll see.
Hey.
Now, is he carrying the person in his arms? Do I distract him enough to drop him?
Hang on. Let me.
I'm gonna try, you know.
Yes, you do. He sort of flails at this bird, and you hear the ah.
Sorry.
As the surprised-looking villager lands on his back, not dead,
Good to hear.
but winded-looking.
That would be it for Adair.
All right, which brings us to the balls of fire.
And they are, again, going to attempt to hug this giant that they've become very fond of.
So yeah, I picturing it as like these magming creatures, just like small toddlers around someone's leg, you know, when they sit on your foot. And like,
I'm assuming the 2 9s miss.
yes, they do.
How about an 18 and a 19?
Both of those will hit.
Okay. So let me just...
Tam's like, I don't want a DM, but I want to have as many creatures as a DM. So
Yeah. I figured that's why I'm a druid. That will be 18 fire damage.
wizard.
Oh, sorry. Powerful wizard. Thank you. Powerful shape-shifting wizard.
This giant is certainly looking really not so good anymore. Like, singed, battered. Just, they're having a bad day. Ira, it's your turn.
Whew, Ira will go again over here. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. And she'll finally run up to the giant and be like, finally caught up to you. And then she'll take out her sword and go, like sigh into it. And of course, she's using the new sword now.
Yes.
And it glints off of the firelight and will strike just into, I assume, Ira's like ankle. go for the Achilles, I suppose. And that will be, let's see. All right. How's a 26?
That will hit.
Cool. And she'll go ahead and smite. So that's going to be, my goodness.
When someone says "my goodness" whilst rolling damage, then
Could be good, could be bad.
Just a lot of dice. Once again, arithmetic. Let's see. So that's 5. I have to roll an extra d6. Okay. 2. And then we're smiting at 2nd level, mind you. So there's
maths with
I have a feeling it's
D&D.
not making it out of this attack.
Oh, you'd be surprised. My rolls aren't amazing.
D&D maths.
31, 2 of which is radiant.
31.
Yes, but don't worry, we get another attack. Let's see. Does a
The giant is
23
now,
hit?
yes, the giant's now slumped down on one knee.
Excellent.
Like,
See, now you've given me your knee to hit. Bad choice. 23 to hit. Go ahead and smite again, and hopefully the rolls are better this time. Oh, it's actually a 25 to hit, by the way. Sorry. The last time it was actually a 30 to hit. I don't know if that matters.
still hits.
Let's see. So
I do have to say, critting and smiting is super satisfying. It's so many dice.
It's insane. Yes, well, you don't know the details of my new sword. There's a lot going on. Ooh, nice. We'll go ahead and smite again. By the way.
Yeah.
Only at 1st level, though, don't worry.
Baby smite. Just a little bit smite.
And then... Great. So, 19 slashing and 6 radiant. 25 total.
Okay. So in 2 hits, you bring this giant that was already smouldering, but you bring it down from looming above you to slumping down on its knee, and then as it sort of topples forward, the anger fading from its eyes now as it slumps down. Dead.
Oh my gosh! Whoa!
I mean, you did just deal...
Like 50, 60.
What's damage in 1 round?
How's that for competent? And yeah, that'll be my turn. Don't worry.
As I say, is that everything?
Yes, absolutely.
The other giants pause for a second. And you see as this one turns and starts tramping off. Like, nope, nope, nope. The villagers firing after it and slashing at it as it turns to leave. This giant in the middle is too busy fighting the giant glowing dwarf creature. It takes a step forwards towards the wall. I believe it might have to do something in this zone, but...
Yeah, it's a dexterity saving throw.
In which case, that is an 8.
Yep, so it's gonna fail, so it's gonna take 20 radiant damage.
Okay. It takes a step forwards. Yeah, you go for it. No, you're good. You do it.
You go.
No.
No, you. Go ahead.
The giant, takes a step forwards, takes a sort of a swing at this strange glowing dwarf as it's trying to close in on Ira as a new target who is not the god dwarf. But well, what does the god dwarf do?
So it takes the enhanced axe that it has and swings it around and just chops right at the back of its legs, and just cuts like real deep into like the back of one of their thighs.
It looks down in alarm as it sort of distracts it from its swing it was making at Ira as it swings, and you notice the first swing it makes against you is completely sort of off kilter and wonky. The second one looks almost like it was going to hit, and then you hear this sort of faint fluttering of wings in the air, and it just seems to change angle ever so slightly at the last second. But yeah, neither of its attacks against you hit Ira. And the last giant is going to try and get rid of this vulture that is in the air in front of it. So it swings its fist around and tries to punch a vulture. Twice. So the first one is 16, 22. And the second one is a 14. Attempts to punch a vulture.
Both of those are going to hit.
Okay, it's not got any weapons though, so that is, I think, 12 points of damage as those are unarmed attacks. As it just flails widely with its fists as it tries to get rid of this bird.
The vulture loses a few feathers, but it's okay.
And yeah, the defenders on the walls are firing at the giants as Torvald, it is your turn. What would you like to do?
I'd like to unmute, and then I will tell you what I already started saying. So Torvald will run, and he's gonna go past Ira, and he'll be like, "Excuse me." He'll like scooch by and get close to this giant here, and he's going to have the weapon is gonna come back to his hand, and he's gonna take it and he's gonna swing it right at the giant there for an attack, and that's gonna be a 17.
That'll hit.
7 force damage.
Alright.
And then he's also going to call a bolt of lightning down from the sky, and is going to hit right next to the giant's head and Toll the Dead.
7.
All right.
Oh no, 10. 10.
It still fails. 16 DC. 14. Yep, necrotic damage.
Alright, so things are not going well for these giants.
Not at all.
No. Is that everything, Torvald?
Yeah. That should be fine.
Alright, you see as Vigdis comes running up behind you, and you hear shouting, "Is everyone okay?" Oh god. And she sees the crushed remains of one of the villagers. "Yeah, that's too late to help. You there. Big axe lady, big hammer lady."
Yes.
"The gods watch over you.
Thank God, because I'm a little hurt.
And I will work out exactly how much the gods watch over you in just a second. I just need to check how much." She comes running up behind you and lays a hand on your shoulder. But I will sort that in a sec. As Eldis fires 2 Eldritch Blasts towards the nearest giant. Sadly, I think both of those miss. In fact, yes, both of those miss. And Kressara, it is your turn as you feel healing of a certain amount to be soon disclosed flow back into you. This comforting energy.
That's perfect. I'm gonna stay there until I'm completely healed, and when she's done, I'm going to charge that giant right there with my flaming maul. Alright, fire, are you ready to burn? Yes. Okay, where's my calculator? That is a...
We're at level 8 now, it's calculator levels.
That's why I like the Guardian, because it's just 20. Just roll.
It's like, I do like real dice, but I'm starting to get more and more tempted by just using the Roll20 roller for damage, because...
Okay, so that is 26 to hit.
That will hit.
I had to do that with my Sorlock, because it was too many Eldritch Blasts with addition and hexes. I was just like, no, I'm just roll.
Yeah, I sometimes do it for big damage spells. Like, I'm just like, I can't count up this.
It was like rolling 9 d20s every turn. It was ridiculous.
Okay, so that is 21 points of damage, and that is 8 of them are fire damage. I'm trying to keep track, just in case it ever matters.
Yeah, it did sort of matter at one point, but
I usually use a different color die for if I have a different type of damage.
But yes, you get 12 points of healing back.
Yes. And of course, I still have my 3 points of temporary hit points. So.
And yes, the giant is still standing, but looking a little ropey. And
then I go for my second attack before I forget.
Oh god, yes.
And I will charge up to it, and I'm going straight for the kneecap as I twirl my maul. I'm starting to really like these dice because that is a 25 to hit.
That will hit.
I was a little concerned when I first started rolling them.
Did you guys all buy the loaded die? Was it just Shale?
The same dice the whole time.
These are layered glow-in-the-dark dice that love me. So 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. So that is 22 points of damage, and 7 of them are fire damage.
The giant topples forwards with an almighty crash down into the ground, sort of dust and dirt flying up around it. There's now 2 dead giants.
Perfect. Good job, Fire. Very good job. Good burning.
2 dead burning giants. Like there's a smell of like burning hair and leather in the air as these two giants are smouldering away. Or, in terms of a day, you smell the delicious smell of death. What does the vulture want to do?
What size is the villager?
They are a medium villager. They are
So
half orc.
So there's a possibility I would be able to carry this person.
Yes.
My goal would be to swoop down, pick up the villager, and fly them back inside the wall.
Yeah, you can do that.
I would have been in melee range with the giant.
Oh yeah. He's gonna try and punch this vulture bird thing.
I figured.
Like, I think that might hit. That is a 19.
Absolutely.
It's another 6 points of damage as it punches this vulture.
Okay. I'm hurt, but still vulture-y, so I will pick up the villager and fly them back inside the wall.
Oh.
You hear, please be a friendly bird. As you fly back inside, and the giant, turning as this vulture flies away, looks back, and you hear it let out this almighty "No!" So it looks back to its fallen companions. And is that everything, Adair?
That's everything for Adair.
Now, what about the Magmans?
The Magmen are going to go pursue that giant. 2 of them will make it to him. 2 of them will not because he's too far away. Oh, it's up to you. Do you want these to be balls or actual Magman-shaped Magmans? I'm fine with them being Magman-shaped or balls. I don't really care. I'm having fun throwing my balls around. So.
I think they're Magmans and then they just kind of roll up into little balls and go woo.
Roll around. That would actually be a valid shape for him. So the first 2 are going to try to hug him because they feel he needs love.
No.
One of them misses horribly. The other one, that's an 18.
Ow! Ow! My foot! Ow! Yes, that'll hit. My foot is on fire.
And that's going to be 10 fire damage, and he's going to ignite.
Ow!
His clothing.
Oh, stop! That's 10 damage to that guy. And that brings us back round to Ira, the Giant Slayer.
Nice. I was pretty much content. Is there anyone around me that looks injured? Any of the villagers? Other than the one that's dead?
Other than the one that's dead, you've done a surprisingly good job of preventing villagers from being squashed and snatched so far.
Yeah. I mean, the giants still seem to be just running away, right? I don't know. Ira considers this battle done. she'll go ahead and... Did Kressara's token disappear? Does she still need healing?
She's under the giant right now.
No, Kressara there?
She's under the other one.
There it is.
Like, where is it?
I'd like to think that Kressara is literally sort of mostly under these 2 fallen giants.
Fantastic. Kressara, you still need any help?
I could still use a little bit of healing.
Sure. So Ira will go ahead and just kind of lean over,
It's feeling a little under the giants.
pull her out from under the giants, and as she pulls her out, go ahead and just do lay on hands. You said a little bit?
I could use, on a scale of 1 to 93, I'm looking like a 58.
Oh, you've got like a whole. You've got like more than a whole there.
Hey, he's got plenty of bonus HP by being shapeshifted, so there's that.
But
Not all bad.
yeah, like there is so flimsy.
Kressara, you have 20 points of hit points from lay on hands. as
Thank
Ira
you
kind
very
of
much.
picks you back up to your feet.
It's greatly appreciated. Thank you.
Of course.
Is that everything?
Yeah.
At this point, you hear the "What have you done? No!" in Giant being yelled across, which I think Torvald and Kressara will understand, as this giant.
There too.
Adair too. I forgot so many of you speak Giant, but yes, you understand. He goes, "No, no, I will not. You won't get away with this." As he reaches down and lifts up a large rock and flings it in the direction of, ooh, eeny, meeny, miny, mo, Sarah, Torvald, or Ira.
None of us miss.
That will be Ira.
Guess the
Lucky
battle
number
isn't done.
So yeah, as you're healing, because you watch this. There's a shadow.
I pick Kressara up and then immediately I go, up! I push her away. Back on the ground.
That is a 25 to hit as this rock
Ooh, that does
comes
hit.
sailing out of the sky.
He is very accurate with these rocks.
Yeah.
Right?
Hey, look, he's a giant. He's good at being giant and throwing rocks.
Cool. Yeah, 25 definitely hits.
Yes, and that is 20 points of damage.
Solid.
Bludgeoning.
You give some, you take some.
So yes, you've.
You should
The rock
always
comes
give more
flying
than
out the
you take.
sky. And the giant sort of charges up towards the gap in the wall. The other one, who is on fire,
As
Yeah.
as he enters.
Yeah.
As
he
enters,
failed his dex save.
yeah, so the guardian will take its shield and it's just gonna bash it right in the face with its shield, and there's this concussive radiant energy that kind of like staggers it a little bit. It's gonna take 20 radiant damage.
Okay. Not happy. The giant whose foot is on fire is going to attempt to put out the fire on his foot. Like, he used to be like, oh, oh, oh.
As long as he uses his action to do that, it's done.
Really?
There's no save or anything.
Then he's just going to try and, you see him sort of edging away, like, no, stay away from me, Firethings, no.
I can just see this giant running through giant walls. Don't touch the walls, don't touch me. I'm not a drumstick.
No. It's not okay. But that brings us round to Torvald, the third giant looming up above you.
Torvald's going to, in giant, call him a weakling. And he's going to run up. It's right there. And he's going to reach up with his axe and merge it with the spiritual weapon, and he's going to take it and he's going to swing it right at its kneecap. Only 11.
To hit?
Yep.
No.
So he goes and
Okay.
he just completely whiffs the knee there, and then he's going to take a step back and push his axe forward, and behind the giant, a huge concussive force just explodes, and it's going to be a shatter at 3rd level.
Alright, and that is Dex or Con, I can't remember which one.
That one is a con.
Okay, that is a 16.
All right, that will save. So it's going to be half of 32 damage, as I'm going to channel divinity to maximize that damage. So it's going to be 60.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, actually, no. No, wait, hang on. No, I forgot something there. He is still baned. He failed that.
Oh, okay. Then he takes 32, yeah.
Yeah, so I forgot about the bane.
32.
But yeah, that's an even unhappier looking giant. Hey.
You can't hurt me. And giant. Torvald says that.
Okay, you watch as various eldritch blasts and spells are being hurled in from behind, you watch as this burst of fire and these two eldritch blasts come hurling in from the back lines from Aldous and Vigdis. I'll roll the damage for those in a sec, but that brings us back round to Kressara.
Alright. Alright, Fire, are you ready? We're going to really, really burn. I'm going to take one step back, and then she is going to run and jump. I'm going to hurl fire into the air and attempt to bring it down on the giant's head. That is 15. Calculator time. Hold on. It's going to hit, though. I'm just trying to determine how hitty it's going to get.
It was more than a 15 if that hits.
That's a 22.
Still hits. I didn't include the backwards armor on the giants either. One day I want to make some kind of really weird, like, dimensional being or something where it's just like has like
numbers. If it's odd, if it's even, it doesn't.
Oh yeah, like just in like some strange alternate dimension or some weird trickster god or something where you can only hit it.
That's going to be 19 points of damage, 6 of them fire, as I bring my maul down and just crack its skull. In an explosion of just fire everywhere.
And he reels back, not dead, but not good looking.
Then...
Well, we already knew he wasn't good looking.
Oh yeah, definitely not. Then, since I am probably over here somewhere, I am going to charge again for my second attack, and I'm going for the opposite leg that Torvald hits. That is an 18 to hit.
That'll hit.
Sweet. I'm gonna swing and go straight for the kneecap. 4 of them will be fire damage. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. That's 15 points of damage.
And that will be enough.
Yes.
As a
giant sword too.
As another giant topples, and you hear this other giant off in the woods pick up the pace a bit.
Good job, Fire.
Well, Adair and the balls of fire, what are you doing? The last giant seems to be fleeing, but it's up to you with a...
Can something with a speed of 30 keep up with the giant?
No.
Okay. They will still pursue. The Magman will pursue in that direction. Well, I guess it's my turn, not theirs. Sorry, I skipped.
Yeah, it's your turn.
Are they
That's
allowed
your...
to dash?
I'm sorry?
Do they have a dash action?
They do. I'm trying to determine what to do there. Adair, I'm going to swoop down, pick up the Magman over here in the back, and fly him up and drop him the giant.
You're airlifting Magman.
That is absolutely correct.
Just bombing. That's great.
And the other ones are going to move as quickly as they can, which would be a speed of 60 if they dash. Will that keep up with the giant?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Okay. So they'll at least be caught up that they can't do anything, but I hope the one that I dropped is able to attempt to touch the giant.
Oh yeah. Oh yes, it is.
Does a nat 20 hit?
Yes.
Awesome. Thank you, dice. I love you today. That is going to be 18 fire damage.
All right. It's still going, but
And he's on fire.
he's on fire, and Ira, there's 3 dead giants in front of you. You can hear the distant thud of a giant running away with its head on fire.
Should probably just. Last time she assumed the battle was over, and it wasn't. So, go ahead and take the dash action and just kind of try to keep generally where Adair is. And Adair is where the bird is, not where his token is, correct?
Yes.
Here, I'll hide that.
Nice. I'll just step over this giant here. Actually, no, I don't want to do that. I'll just go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. Here, I'll be here.
All right. So on the other side of this palisade wall, you can see the burning, attempting fleeing giant.
You see this cute little guy on his head.
Oh,
Go, little boy.
Like you just drop it in, it's like reminds me of Gremlins when he's on the plane.
Yeah.
And the giant stops in its tracks, turns back and shouts out in giant, I'm leaving! Please stop the fire things! I'm going! Please! Make it stop!
Torvald, what did he say? I don't speak giant.
He said that you're a sissy woman and you can hit the broadside of a giant.
And with that, I would like to use my dash action.
Alright, hold it, your turn's coming up. Torvald's up first.
Right. So Torvald's going to not resize the window. Man, I'm so slow. Dwarves.
Maybe you should have gone for that mobile feat and you could have been Speedy Dwarf.
Yeah, right? Let's see. I can dash, though, technically. So, yeah. My poor spiritual weapon's gonna be left behind. Torvald's going to go and he's gonna dash. Actually, no. I'm just gonna move to here, and then Torvald's gonna hold up his axe and thrust it forward, and a bolt is just going to hurl towards that as he casts a guiding bolt.
Hey, I said I was leaving!
That's not what I heard. Right. It's gonna be a 20-something to hit.
That'll hit.
20 a lot.
20 a lot is a hit.
A lot. And it's 4d6. Oh, that's a lot of sixes. 18 radiant damage.
Okay. Ow!
That's what you get for attacking the village. And I'll also move the spiritual weapon just one step behind me.
Alright. Aldous calls out, "Oh, we're still fighting it!"
Aye.
Alright!
Absolutely.
So 2 Eldritch Blasts go
Have
zoom.
advantage on the first attack.
2 Eldritch Blasts go zooming towards it and both hit.
And she has a +4, I think, to each blast.
Yes, I think that sounds right. 6. Alright, so 2 Eldritch Blasts consuming out, and that's Kressara's turn. The giant's not looking so great anymore.
Gonna use my dash action. Get back here, you little shit! Tell me I'm a sissy. Whee! Okay, going to move. And I can still attack with a dash action.
No.
That is my action.
Yeah.
Unless you're a rogue.
That is my
you
action.
Tell us.
Yeah, the dashing is your action. The dashing is your action. So yeah, it gives you an extra 30 feet of movement.
But if it runs away, now you can smack it.
Yes. So I have officially caught up with this giant, and I am yelling at it in Primordial. But that's all I can do for the moment.
Okay, Adair.
I'm going to attack the giant with Beacon Talon.
I'm leaving! Do none of you idiots speak giant?
So that's a dirty 20, and the other one's even higher than that. So,
Yes, and yes.
Okay. So that is going to be 5 piercing. Oh, pardon me. 7 piercing. And 10 slashing.
The giant sort of, it's like, slumps down a bit now. It's not looking so good at all. And now it's surrounded by magmins, I think, so.
Yeah. And they're all going to try and hug him because he looks like he needs a hug.
No, get
He's
off
like
me!
Olaf. He likes warm hugs.
No, off me, you strange fireball creatures.
I assume a 14 does not hit, meaning
Nope.
all the other ones won't except the nat 20. I like that Magman. He keeps getting nat 20s. That guy's pretty cool.
Ah, look you, Magman.
I'm gonna have to call him back again.
You, my friend, are hired. The rest of you, I'm sorry, you just didn't make the cut. We'll be getting some new Magmans in next time.
The
That's his-
Winkus Link. 5.
That's 18 fire damage.
Okay, and with that, this final giant keels over into the dust, burning merrily away.
Adair's gonna land
And-
on him and pluck out his eye and eat it. Because he's a vulture.
And on that, we're gonna go to break. So grab yourself a nice snack. A juicy airball.
Or some grapes.
Or some grapes. Yeah, we'll be
Or a
back in.
tomato. Who knows? Really?
We'll be back in 10 minutes. Alright, so the last of the giants is dead, and you're no longer in initiative, as a strange stillness returns to Raven's Rest. The villagers are almost in shock that the monsters that have troubled them for so long are now just dead in, probably less than a minute. Or about a minute.
The little less than a minute. This is important. How does this person look right here?
Very, very dead.
Dead, but missing any body parts?
They've been partially crushed in places. Like, they're not missing any body parts. It's all technically attached.
Okay. Torvald's gonna run over, and he's gonna quickly say, "Do you have any diamonds? Quickly!"
Diamonds?
Aye.
No.
You're gonna owe me. And you see this pained look on his face, and he's like, and he pulls out of his bag these 2 diamonds, and he takes one and he slams it into the chest, at one side of the heart. He takes another one, he slams it into the chest, so it's like they're like across the heart, And he goes, Thunderer, save this man's life. And
Woman.
a woman's life. Sorry for your chest.
Long beard woman.
Long beard, the bearded. So the bolts of lightning come from the sky, and you just see them like arc across her chest as she just.
And the villagers are all looking in complete and utter awe now. Like... Was that... Did you just bring me back from the dead?
Aye, how do you feel? Ira, can you heal her a little bit over here?
Of course.
Wow.
Lay on hands. Gently though. I'll like make sure that she's like not freaking out.
Oh, that was tingly.
Cool. That'll be 20.
She looks utterly and completely healthy. No. Whoa. Whoa. You killed a giant? She looks at Torvald with awe in her eyes. Like,
we did. The guardian's still there, by the way, like right above.
She looks up between you to the glowing god dwarf. Wow.
Can I help you up?
Yes. Yes. Thank you. Thank you. Honestly.
You're welcome.
And Svanhild.
What was that?
Svanhild. That's my name.
Oh, Torvald. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Well, go on.
No, I was just... Vigdis says, Svanhild, come here, sit down a moment. Goes, that is a very impressive trick there, sir.
Yeah,
The gods clearly favour you.
Well, at least one does.
Hmm.
You're feeling all right, though.
Yes, I am. The giants, they're all dead?
Aye.
Great, good. And Svanhild sort of stands up, not really paying attention to the fact that her clothes are sort of ragged, bloodied, complete mess. And goes, right, now we can go to their camp and, get back all the people they took and get my cow back.
I'm guessing you want us to do that.
Oh, no, I can do that. I feel amazing.
There are only 4 of them, total.
We've only ever seen 4.
At a time.
Yeah, at a time.
So, you don't know that there aren't more in the camp?
No, but we can take them, right? Come on. All of us, right? Come on, 1, 2.
By us, you mean... He'll point to, the crew. You mean us, not yourself, right?
Oh, no, I go. And Vigdis, you're good at handling a fight. And Uthal can handle a bow well, and an axe. She points over to the Goliath. And, yeah. We get our people back. No?
Torvald, looks around to everyone else. How do we always get ourselves into these messes?
I'm over here looting the giant, so I don't know what y'all are doing.
Jesus.
And I would like to actually go up and fly around and do some reconnaissance around the area about, I don't know, at least 500 meters out, kind of encircle.
All right, circle around. Make me. Actually, I'm not gonna ask you to make a perception check because they're giants. You can't see any giants. They're giants. Like, you're fairly perceptive. There don't appear to be any more giants. You can see a sort of. Actually, do make me a perception check. Actually, not for spotting giants, but.
That will be 21.
You can see what appears to be a trail heading northwards, sort of off away from the camp, weaving back and forth between the forest. You see here and there, someone's like uprooted a tree, moved rocks out of the way. You can see what appears to be a clear giant trail.
Okay. One giant wide, two giants.
You can fit two giants abreast of parts. Some points I might have to put your giant single file.
So it's more of a giant highway, is what it sounds like.
In places, yes, yeah.
Okay.
But you can see it stretching off into the night.
Okay.
Off into sort of rocky foothills of the mountains. Kressara, you said you were looting the giants.
Yes.
Most of what they're wearing appears to be like scroddy, scrabbled together bits of metal and fur and hide. It's very singed looking. Like in places they've almost like deconstructed bits of human armor and like roughly stitched it back together again to try and make giant-sized sleeves. They're carrying axes that are too big for you. Like these axes make your maul look little and tiny and quite adorable.
I'm checking pockets. I'm looking for money, anything.
All right,
Take.
All right, make me an investigation check as you search around these large giant corpses. That's really kind of superfluous, large giant.
That is a nat 20 without counting anything else.
Okay, so rummaging around sort of the large sort of bags, pockets that these giants are holding. At first you just find, some rocks, what appears to be a large haunch of a cow, roasted.
Oh.
Like half a cow, basically.
Worked out.
And, but then, as you get to the bottom of one of the bags, you find gold. These old-looking gold coins stamped on one side with what appears to be a dwarven rune, and on the other side with a helmeted figure. So you find about one. Looks to be a good 100 or so of these gold coins in the bottom of this bag.
Okay.
And a fancy jeweled, drinking cup, but as like a ceremonial a ceremonial basin, which would be for a giant, a drinking cup. A ceremonial basin, again in gold with a decorated rim studded with little ruby gems and dwarven runes decorating all the way around.
Sweet. Okay. Yep. I'll search them until they have nothing left, and then I will pocket everything I just took, and I'll show Torvald the ceremonial basin/cup I found.
Alright, Ira, were you up to anything whilst this was?
Genuinely staring into space. No, Ira will probably be, she'll kind of be walking around just checking on people. And then eventually kind of settle near Aldous.
Okay. So, Torvald. Kressara, you said you're showing Torvald the cup?
Yes.
What do I notice as far as?
You notice that it looks very valuable. Rather old-fashioned in terms of design, and the runes around the rim appear to be an inscription, a dedication honouring the great dwarven king by the name of... I really should have come up with a dwarven king name.
David. Eric, son.
Darlin.
Nolan.
That's Dave meets calling him basically.
Dwarven Dave.
Dwarven Day. Great King Darlin of the Mountain Kingdom, like, may he rest in peace. Essentially appears to be some kind of ceremonial funeral goods.
Well, it looks quite valuable, but I'm not sure it's very useful. Old for sure.
Well, we can... I'll hold on to it. We can either sell it, or maybe we can give it to some dwarves and make friends.
Are you sure you want to carry that around?
Is it haunted?
It's large.
How large are we talking here? I just pick it up and heft it on my shoulder. It's not that big. It's just a thimble.
Well, why don't you go? Well, can I fit it in my bag of holding?
No, it's too big for the bag of holding.
It's big.
It's not going to fit through the entrance.
Well, why don't you carry it over to the boat? Did you find anything else?
I found some gold that have some similar runes on it. Seems to be over 100 pieces in it. I'd say
Let me see one of them.
I'll hand him one. We definitely earned our money for this. So, you know, we got a really good deal out of all of this.
I don't think you know how much those diamonds were worth.
Yes.
So maybe they have some more. I just don't want you to be upset with the deal that I made.
What deal? We didn't agree on a deal.
Well, you were outside, so the head honcho lady is going to have Lord Grimm deliver a letter to Fiven and then bring me a letter back, just so I can...
So about that.
What about it? You're still working on it, right?
Yeah, well, I may have exaggerated a little on my ability to send letters via the gods.
So you're going to walk to Bonebrook and back, right?
I don't even know where this Bonebrook place is, to be honest.
I have a map.
But look,
It's not important.
you get your promised gold.
We don't need the letter sent.
100 gold, I think, is what we were promised then.
We don't have 100 gold.
I'd probably find some since we just killed all these giants for you.
I'd go ahead and look and see if any of those family heirlooms are diamonds.
I said we had about 50.
Since you lied to us.
Well,
Put it down, Kressara.
look, I told you we didn't have much money. We're not going to suddenly have more money because you want the money.
Well, that's kind of her thing, honestly.
Okay, and maybe I did lie about the whole letter thing, but mostly just... gods don't work like that.
I'll be taking the letter back that I gave to you then.
Yes.
Snatch it. It's not
Orval
the point.
just shakes his head, like...
That's not the point. The point is they lied to us. Blatantly. After we risked our lives to save them.
They lied to you, not to me.
Technically, I lied to you before you risked your life to save it.
You're not helping anything.
Sorry. We are greatly in your debt for the King of Giants for saving Svanhild here. Right.
Do you know anything about these? And he'll show the coin.
They're old, Dwarven.
Aye.
You can make me a history check to avoid at advantage on these.
It's gonna be a 16.
Okay, so from like the design and the markings on it, these are very old Dwarven coins. Like the date on it is in an old calendar that's not really used much anymore, but would be probably about 1,000 years ago. These coins would have been in circulation. They date from like the times of the old Dwarven kingdoms of the West.
And would I know, like, these would have greater value than just the gold that they are?
To a collector, yeah, you could definitely get more than the gold price for them. You could even use them as the basic weight in gold, or if you found someone who's interested in antiques and old stuff, then they'd definitely be worth more than that.
Well, do you know where they might have come from around here? We found these in a ceremonial basin.
Well, there are all sorts of old caves and ruins up in the hills. Occasionally people stumble over an old grave site or some half-collapsed dwarven temple. Everything around here is riddled with ancient ruins and that sort of stuff.
Well, this was for a king, so... King of the mountains.
There's an old local tale that there was a king's tomb somewhere under the mountains. It's, the classic story is filled with riches beyond your imagining, haunted by terrible ghosts and filled with murderous monsters. Doesn't every village have those stories?
Aye, but if they were stories, what direction would they be in? South? Southwest?
The stories didn't really give... If we knew where, we would have found it by now. The story says somewhere vaguely in the hills, either north or east of here.
Alright, well...
And it's probably at this point that Actaea returns from his reconnaissance.
And
Well, welcome back, Actaea. Did you find anything?
there's a very large trail headed north into the mountains. Giant
So I
footprints.
That's where they came from, then.
Aye, most likely. Could you tell if they were fresh, like there were more of them that
I don't know.
didn't attack?
Let me check my memory real quick.
It was dark, and it was more just like the trail had been trampled back and forth.
Okay. So, what my memory said.
Well, I think it's worth checking out. If we can save any of the villagers and maybe get some more of this treasure, might make it worth our while. Especially after the diamonds. He's just kind of this defeated look on his face.
What
I'll
diamonds?
pet the top of his head.
Well, Svanhild here.
Hi.
Yes, her. She was dead, and I saved her, but it cost me about 300 gold worth of diamonds, so...
That was very generous of you. And are you okay, Torvald? Is your heart okay?
I'm not great, to be honest, but it seemed like a good idea, and she's very grateful.
Oh.
Oh, awfully grateful. You can have half the cow when I get it back.
And apparently we've got a cow, so there's that.
Well, the giants took my cow and my husband, so I'd quite like to go get them back at some point.
Alright, well...
You can't have half the husband.
Well, I'm sure I'd have the whole thing if I wanted him, but...
If I understand you correctly, Svanhild, I will let you know I will make it my life goal to get that cow back for you.
And you should probably be more concerned about your husband.
Frithjof can take care of himself.
He was carried off by giants.
Well, he's a resourceful chap. I'm sure it's fine. But,
Cows are worth a lot.
yeah, it was a very expensive... It was a wedding present.
Why is everyone so strange after they come back from the dead?
I don't know, I've never come back from the dead before. Do you do this to many people?
No. You're the first.
I feel special.
It was quite an investment.
She's not technically the first, though.
Well, that I've done myself. But... well, I'm very tired.
So I suppose we need at least a long rest to get our everything back.
I could use a good night's sleep, that's for sure.
Well, if any of you need spare beds, I've got room in what was the cow shed, and half a bed spare if anyone wants it.
Well, we probably shouldn't sleep where the cows are. We wouldn't want to disturb its feng shui.
Well,
All the cows are dead.
I assume Torvald has
Know that.
earned half that bed, so I think he's good. The rest of us can sleep on the ship.
Well, Vigdis says, there are enough beds and there's food for all of you in town. It's the least we can do, although the food's not very good, I'm afraid.
It's not barbecue giant, is it? Because there's plenty.
Can you eat them?
Apparently, yes.
Suppose.
Well, in this case, meat on the menu tonight, everyone. Get your axes. I didn't know they ate giants in Isfjell. But, well, if it's good for the Isfjellians, it's good enough for us. Right.
Do the Isfjellians eat giants?
Probably not.
Kind of cannibal-y? I don't know.
Yeah, I'd
I'm
really
still
rather not eat a
channeling
person.
Vulture, so everything sounds good, you know.
Yeah, you did just eat one of their eyeballs. I guess it's the
I
ship
can-
has sailed.
And yeah, encouraged by the new thing they've learned that giants are edible, we're gonna start butchering some giant.
Okay.
Okay.
That alone will teach the giants not to mess with this village.
He does have a point. If they know they eat giants here, they'll probably never come back.
Or they'll come back in droves for vengeance.
Not if you put their skulls around your village. As a warning.
Well, then we're not much better than the giants, are we?
Yeah, this is all very British, don't we think?
Aye.
Thought we were just passing through.
I'm not going to eat any giant. That actually sounds disgusting. We don't really eat giants in Isfjell, but...
Oh.
Speak for yourselves.
You think maybe we shouldn't eat the giants? Well, in which case, turnip soup all round.
It's what soup?
Turnip.
Sounds fine to me.
You have turnips in Isfjell, right?
Aye.
Kressara
We're not
hates turnips.
barbarians.
Speak for yourself. Amelia made turnip soup once and she burned it and it...
How do you burn turnip soup?
I don't
Well,
know.
she probably couldn't see that it was burning.
No, she couldn't. Oh.
Well, anyway. Yeah, so Vigdis and the rest of the villagers will serve you up turnip soup, their local ale. They will, generally feed you to the best of their ability. As you're doing this, the dwarf who had followed you around earlier sort of sidles up to your group again. So, hi, Tacklin here. Are you leaving tomorrow?
Are we leaving tomorrow? Torvald?
Well,
I'd assume so.
we should probably check the path tomorrow and see if there's anyone to save or anything else.
Right.
Any
Well,
treasure.
okay. But if you are leaving, please, I can pay you. I can pay you for passage. Just anywhere civilized will do nicely.
Well,
Do you have diamonds?
we were planning on going to Iron Haven. Will that suffice?
I suppose it's mostly civilized. It's mainly Goliath up there, but
What do you have against Goliath?
enough. They're very daunting to talk to. I just don't like eternally like talking to people's kneecaps and groins. It makes business dealings tricky.
Well, you're a dwarf. Get used to it.
I hadn't noticed.
Do they have any sort of post office up there?
I mean, I've posted stuff there before you.
I'm trying to get additional information about the Flying City. I saw you roll those eyes, Torvald.
I did
There's
nothing
a
of the sort.
But
There's a legitimate reason for this.
yes, Adair.
If something were to fly at, say, a bird's speed, would it be able to make it all the way to Bonebrook from here in, I don't know, just at a random guess, 24 hours?
Probably not. No, it's
Darn.
several hundred miles away.
Bird speed. Is that an African or European swallow?
Either way, it's unladen, so.
Yeah, sadly, it is from where you are now to Bonebrook. About almost 900 miles.
You can stop and rest and then fly again.
That wouldn't work. Would I be aware of any druidic encampment that would be within 24 hours distance from here?
Yes. Yes, there are druids just on the other side of the mountains in a place called Trellwood.
Well, in that case, I would like to have a little side conversation with Kressara once we get to a settled point.
Okay. And Takani says, okay, well, I was just saying, yeah, when you head off, if you're going somewhere civilized, if you're heading off, into weird giant caves, I'm not particularly interested in coming along. But if you go to Iron Haven, I can get a boat from, although sailing around the cold coast in winter is a risky proposition. But if you're after the post offices, there's not many out this way west. I mean, you can get a letter to Iron Haven or Farwater. The goblins don't really do post, to be honest. So that's Ulruga out. Dead Man's Port has a post office. It's not a particularly pleasant place.
I have no idea how I'm going to get this letter out then.
But
I can help you with that, Kressara. Just patience. We'll
yeah.
talk.
Oh, and
We'll talk.
could I have my maps back, please?
No. And I'll slide a cup of ale towards Adair.
Kressara, if you don't mind me asking,
Mm-hmm.
why is this letter so important?
Well, mostly, I need information. I want to know more about the city. What to expect, why they want to start a war with Tilafin. I want as much information as I can get, and I'm pretty sure that Fiven will give me that information. And I want to make sure he's not cheating on me.
Okay, I suppose that's important.
So yeah, you're fed, you've relaxed, you've got the opportunity of a nice long night's rest ahead of you. But if there's any other business you'd like to conclude before morning, I will leave it in your hands.
Right? Kressara.
Yes.
I can try. It may take a little while, but I can try to get your letter to Ivan. We need to find a bird in the morning, and I will send it to my friends on the other side of the mountain and have them get it to Bonebrook.
I would be very grateful. Thank you, Adair.
Where do you want the response sent to? That's the question. Is it's not so much how do we get a letter to Fiven, it's how do we get anything back from Fiven.
If we're going to Ironhaven, I suppose have it sent there.
All right. Why don't you add that onto the note?
I will, and I'll add it to it, and I'll give it there.
And I will make a note on the bottom of it in Druidic that I would like where I'd like this forwarded to, and that I will owe a favor to whomever forwards it. And much appreciation, blah 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 blah. Moon Druid, love you guys, big hugs, you know, all that kind of stuff.
I'm very grateful. Thank you. I owe you.
Your idea about setting up a warning for the giants. It might be good to go down that trail a ways, maybe set their skulls up and put a sign warning them that this land is protected.
I mean, I've seen it done in other lands when we've been raiding. It's actually fairly effective. If there are more giants, it may actually protect this village.
Just a thought, since we're leaving, and obviously we've opened them up. Literally pointing to the back where the huge hole is.
There is still a guardian there. It lasts 8 hours.
All right. But
I think
only
you're right.
only 8 hours. You know, I want to extend a little bit farther than what we have in the past.
I think as we explore the path, we should take some of the heads with us, and we'll set them up on pikes, and that should give them some sort of protection. I don't think anyone has any problems with it. Torvald, Ira?
So yeah, so you're setting up some giant skulls as a terrifying warning for anyone who wanders around that trail in the forest. Yeah, you are able to lug. It's quite hard work. They are giants, these heads, and one of them had 3 of them, which gives you bonus heads to decorate the path with. But yeah, you're able to lug up a giant head-based Terrant, and then, unless anyone has other business, we will move on till morning, when Torvald, you awake a little earlier than everyone else, and you feel it's very cold. The air around you sort of freezing, your breath misting in the air. And you can hear sort of this whispered voice around you. It's not back. It's not back. It's not back. The demon's not here. It's fine. Breathe, Logan. Breathe, Logan. And you see this occasional flicker of the ghostly form of the wizard ghost whose bones you've been carrying. It's not back. It can't be back.
Morgan,
Yes?
what is it? Is it the demon?
No, it can't be back. I just have this sense that it's out there somewhere still, and I know it's out there somewhere still, and that it's on the move. I don't know. Just I don't like it. It's just
Aye, it's a
I need to be
demon.
ready.
None of us like it.
I need to be ready to fight next time it comes. I need to learn how to fight. I need to learn. Ghosts can fight, right? Ghosts can attack people. Ghosts can hurt people, right?
Well, spirits can for sure.
Right, well, I can learn to do that.
Would you like to be one of my spirit guardians?
I don't know what that involves.
Well, you have to look like an angelic dwarf and fight stuff.
I don't really look like an angelic dwarf. I look like a... He looks down at the invisible body you can't see. He's only sort of vague flickering form. He goes, I look like a slightly singed wizard. But... Yes, no. You can't see a demon then. You don't see any demons here.
I will look around and see if I see any demons.
No demons.
I can't say that I do.
Good. Right. Sorry to disturb you. Right. So, good. He sort of fades back, and you feel the air warming a little. There's still that vague sense of the presence of someone else there, listening and watching.
Still? Or...
Yeah, still there. Sort of the vague sense that, you're being haunted.
Oh, gotcha.
Well, what a way to wake up.
And Torvald will go around and kind of like get the others woken up and let them know what happened.
So for purposes of spell slots and things like this, does this count as a
You
long
have
rest?
You have all had a nice long rest.
Thank you.
But yeah, it's...
What is it, Torvald? Is something else attacking us?
Aye, Timmy's stuck in the well. No. Logan thought he might have felt the demon, so we best be careful. I think we just keep an eye out and hope nothing happens. Unless anyone has a way to just find something. No.
Did we actually... I don't know if this will work or not. Let's see.
I mean, fire, can you sense anything?
No response from fire.
No, I'm afraid I don't have anything that would help us find a demon. Now, if the demon had something, maybe.
So step one, give the demon a present.
Perfect.
Ira, do you think you might be able to help with your senses?
Yes. We're trying to find a demon. What proximity are you hoping for?
Well,
I don't assume we want to lure one to town, do we?
no, but we'd like to know if one's here.
Okay. Yes. Okay. And then Ira will go ahead and sit down on the ground and be, I haven't done this before because I never really felt it was necessary, but okay, Lady Luck. I would like to see if there is any good or evil nearby, and that'll be a use of divine sense, and it'll just be 60 feet. Any celestial fiend or undead.
Okay. So in the 60 feet around you, the first thing you notice is the very definite presence of an undead. And you can see now this ghostly form hanging around behind Torvald. You can make out this man, probably in his late 20s or early 30s, wearing a grubby, tattered robe with lots of pockets in it, sort of peering out from behind Torvald. But you're getting a definite sense of definitely undead. Other than that, the area around you is happily free from fiends, celestials, any other ghosts.
There's a ghost. That's it. There's a ghost behind you. Is that what we're dealing with?
No, that's Logan.
Right. Logan.
I went very like Norseman.
No, that's Logan.
No, I think that's it. Is Logan bad? I can't remember. I was working on a rat at the time. I think we met Logan. You good ghost. Yes. That's it. Nothing else.
Well, he's not Casper.
No,
What?
that's all I can sense. Sorry, I can't sense very far though. Do we want to try somewhere else?
Well, maybe later, but I think that's fine for now. I'm glad you didn't find anything. I mean, rather have no demon than a demon.
Yes.
Well, who's up for hunting some giants?
I think Kressara and I have a short mission we need to take care of first.
And what's that?
We need to find a bird.
All right, that shouldn't be too hard. They're everywhere.
Hopefully.
Ah! Ah!
There's
Speaking of,
one now. Perfect.
I would like to cast Animal Messenger as a ritual.
The raven hops over a bit, step closer.
Alright. And I will instruct the raven to take this to my druid friends on the other side and tell them there is a message attached. Please follow the instructions.
Okay. And he sort of hops off, so you're attaching a letter to it, is that
Yep.
the idea?
Hopefully it's not a big package, because I'm assuming it's
It's just a letter.
smaller than a coconut. So,
Yes.
Swallow carrying a coconut.
But yeah, the raven hops off, flaps its wings, and sets off. And at some point, give me the message of that letter in case it reaches its destination.
it is a raven, so at the end of it I would also say nevermore, because every raven must
Yeah.
quote that at the end. So
Nevermore.
Perfect.
So as Quoth goes sailing off into the sky, yeah, you've got. As you're getting ready, you see Svanhild there outside where you've been sleeping. You know, she's got a pack on her back, walking pole. Right.
Good morning, Svanhild.
Good morning.
Why have you all packed up?
So come help with getting to the giant camp and everything. I packed lunch and dinner and breakfast in case we have to stay overnight, and then bedding roll.
She's coming with us.
Well, we can't stop you, but I'd recommend that you stay here.
Oh. But I mean, I feel great.
I understand you feel great, but I think it's best you take a day off. Sometimes the resurrection has some side effects.
Oh. Good side effects.
Well, not necessarily good or bad, just might give you a sense of being more powerful than you are. And if something happens again, I can't bring it back, so...
Alright, I'd like you to make me a persuasion check here, Torvald.
Jeez. Why isn't someone else persuading her not to go? Terrible at this. That's a 3.
I want her to go. I think she should. I think she should. Always.
Sorry, I'll stay back here. That's fine.
That was incredibly easy to convince it to not come. Are you sure you don't want to go? That easily?
I mean,
Oh
you could be
no,
a
no,
great
no,
support to Torvald.
no! I'm just gonna stay here. I'm definitely not gonna follow you. I'm just gonna stay right here.
Right. Not going to follow us.
No, why would I do that? That would be silly.
Of course it would. I mean, okay.
Mhm.
I completely believe you. Don't you, Adair?
Oh, absolutely. You are not going to follow us in the ship as we... Which direction are we going?
Oh, what? You flying on the ship? I thought you were walking.
We were gonna walk.
Oh,
We're
well,
walking the
never
It's
path.
not that far, right?
It's probably not that far.
Well, it's not that far as the vulture flies, but...
As the Torvald walks.
I'm
That's a
not
little
carrying you.
different.
I am not carrying you.
Look, I just want to make sure that, you know,
You're not carrying anymore.
I get my husband back safely, and also my cow.
I mean, I don't have an issue with her following us.
You're gonna get yourself killed. You understand me?
That's fine.
She's
I'll
already
get
done that
better.
once. Yeah, she's already done that once. I mean, you know.
As someone who has died and come back to life as well, hello.
Hi.
Welcome to the club. We meet
yes.
on Thursdays. Bring your own snacks.
You died due to very unfortunate circumstances that should not happen again.
Uh-huh.
I died because I was out with this group traveling in dangerous places. If you stay
Right.
here, you shouldn't die, except for of natural causes and hopefully a long life. If you go with us, who knows? You could die from anything. I heard there might be dragons riding giants.
Okay, make me a persuasion check, Ira.
Dragons riding giants?
Something like that.
Haven't you ever heard of the giant riders of Pern?
Some magical chat made a comment about it that I heard in
The
the
voices from beyond.
the
Heard a
voices.
voice from Lady
Uh,
Luck.
They whisper to us. And
Persuasion.
they say, yes.
Excellent.
Seems,
How
seem to
about
be
a
louder when I'm
4?
stabbing things for some reason. I don't know why.
This is the one time we're trying to actively have something not come with us and we're failing. I got a 4, by the way.
4s.
Yeah, no, I'm going with you. Even if I
Alright.
follow you on foot, like, I'm following you.
Well, that's fine, I suppose.
Oh, okay.
We're just, I'd rather not be held up by this any longer, to be honest.
I know, I won't hold you up. I'm a fast walker.
Excellent. Well, that's better than some of us, actually, so congrats.
Alright, so you're setting off along this giant trail. Yep.
Yes.
Yeah, in daylight, you know, it's pretty clear from ground level where giants have been. Like, they're big. They're heavy, and they're not very subtle, so you can make out this trail as it trails back through patches of woodland.
I assume we're dragging along giant heads and leaving them at places to make signs as we go, Kressara?
Yes, we are. Put 'em
We'll
up
make the
on-
new kid do that. That's our form of hazing. You carry the giant's head. Rite of passage.
Is it really heavy? I'll catch you up. I will.
Make sure you put them on pikes. We've marked the trail with X's where we want them to go.
Yeah, I'm coming. Come on, Svanhild, you can do this. But yeah, with Svanhild soon lagging behind, you make your way up through patches of woodland and scrubby ground, and the path starts to wind upwards, and occasionally you have to stop and scramble up steep, like, small cliffs that would essentially be in a step for the giant, but are, quite an obstacle for you. Until You smell smoke on the air, and the smell of roasting meat
Well, I
drifting
hope that's
down from
not-
ahead of you. Well, you can see the path now winding up into sort of mountains, and there's a few caves here dotting the cliffs, and you can see the main trail seems to be leading up to one of these caves, from which you can smell cooking coming from that direction.
Almost smells like there's a camp.
I really hope that's cow and not something else.
I am going to go ahead a bit and see if I can investigate, see if I see anything.
Alright, are you a stealther here? In which case, yeah, if you're trying to be sneaky, make me a stealth check. If you're not, don't.
I am making a stealth. I'm trying to be stealthy, but I'm also watching the path and... Okay. Ha! It doesn't matter. I have disadvantage, but I got a 16 and a 19, so 16 to... I have an 18.
Okay, pretty decent. Turns out you're quite a stealthy barbarian. So yeah, as you sneak up the path, you can see ahead of you a cave opening out in the cliff. Quite a large cave with this fire burning in the entrance. And tending to this fire, you can see there is one solitary giant. Sort of cooking over the fire, occasionally glancing up. And you can also see in a fenced off side cave the form of a cow.
Okay. Do I see any people?
No people. You can just see this dark cave stretching further back into the cliff.
I will stand there and watch for a few minutes just to see what the giant does, see if I can get any... What are his habits? Does he do anything routinely?
It seems to be making some kind of meal, chopping things up, roasting them, putting them in this pot on top of the fire.
Okay. I'll watch him for a few minutes and then I will head back to the others if he doesn't do anything. Okay, I will head back. So, I do have information. There is one giant, at least, cooking something over a fire. He is guarding the entrance to a cave, and there is a cow in a little fence off to the side. I saw no sign of any of the villagers, but perhaps he stuffed them in the cave, I'm not sure.
Alright, well, we can either go in there and take care of him like we did as friends, or maybe we can ask him nicely.
Since you can speak giant, we could try that. We do outnumber him, so even if he were to attack, we stand a decent chance unless he doesn't have any buddies.
Well, I don't mind doing that. It's worth a try, and if he decides to scrap, then we'll be ready for him.
Ooh, you could even tell him that you're actually a giant that got shrunk down by a magical accident of some sort.
I'll handle it. Thank you very much.
It's just an idea.
It was an idea.
Fine. You talk to him since I don't speak giant. I think that's a missed opportunity, but that's just me.
Torvald will go over and like pat her on the head, like he has to reach up super far.
Are you like jumping?
I'm 5 feet tall. It's okay. He's not He's
Oh,
not that
I'm
short.
5'11". I'll
Okay,
bend
then
down
it's
so
not
he
even
can.
that tall then. All right, and so Torvald will just walk slowly and confidently towards the giant. Are we on the map yet, or are we kind of off of it?
Depends how close you want to walk up to the giant.
Well,
I mean, the whole group of you were off the map when Kressara went ahead. It's up to you how. You don't. I was more just putting it up here as, you know, saving having to explain cave layouts.
So I'll just walk up until I'm within just speaking range, unless he sees me.
He doesn't seem to notice your approach at all.
Okay.
Mhm.
Just kind of
A little
stand
bit
there.
of parsley.
Greetings, friend.
Wait, what?
Not to startle you, I'm sorry.
And
Hey, he reaches down and picks up a rock from beside him. What do you want?
Torvald's gonna just continue to walk towards him.
Hey, no closer. I've got a rock and I'm not afraid to use it.
He's got his hands in the air like this.
I'm not here to attack you. I just wanted to give you some news.
What sort of news?
Well, you might want to sit down for this one.
Thud. Yeah?
Well, and Torvald, he'll just kind of walk up, like next to the fire.
Well, you see, we found some bodies. But they were giants. And we were able to find the tracks and they led here. And
Wait,
it's not abundantly clear they were dead.
where did you find them? He says. To make me a deception check, please.
Why is Torvald the only one that speaks giant? That's a 6.
I think Adair speaks giant.
Yes, he does, but his charisma isn't any better than mine.
That's probably worse, yeah.
I'm more likely to survive if he smacks me.
So what was it? What was that again?
A 6.
Is this a trick? Because I was always told to look out for, you know, people try and trick giants because they think we're stupid. I think this is a trick. And if you don't leave right now, I'm going to throw this rock at you.
Well, you see.
3,
Adair will
I
step
don't think
out
you
of...
want
2.
I killed all your other friends.
And Torvald's gonna close the distance as much as possible.
Alright, close the distance. You can get up.
And he's gonna
This is like...
stand up tall and at his face.
Make me an intimidation check if you get right up in this giant's face.
Oh god.
14.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, that fell off the table. And the giant lifts his rock. And in this instance, how far back are the rest of you hanging back?
I think we were.
I'd be
Torvald,
on
did
the
you go
edge
alone?
of the trees because I was getting ready to step out before Torvald decided to close the distance. So
Yeah, I was hiding and trying to stay completely out of sight.
Yeah, well, if you want to be close enough to be on the map, place yourselves on the map. Because you watch as the giant raises this rock up above Torvald's head. And Torvald and anyone else who's close enough to be present in this situation I'd like an initiative roll from you, please, here.
Get off of me, Kressara.
Huh?
You dropped your token right
sorry.
on top of me. Get off.
Sorry, your token is wearing green and you're wearing green.
That's what I figured. It was.
Forgot myself for a second.
Yeah.
Ooh, it's a 5 for Torvald. he is standing
He's
underneath pretty much the giant.
He's just not quite as quick off the mark and taking a nap.
Seriously. I got a 4. I got a freaking 4. With
Wow.
advantage. I get advantage on initiative and I still got a freaking 4.
Whoa! You get advantage, and you also have like +2, don't you?
Yeah.
Okay, so, Ira, is that 21 from you? Or is that the
Oh
old?
no, that was my old one.
Oh,
Sorry.
that was the old.
No, my new one is 2. No, it's actually
5. Okay. So, Adair, you see this giant raising this rock up above Torvald's head, and you alone have a moment to act before the giant strikes, because everyone else is apparently napping in a bush.
Of course. Trying to figure out what I want to change into and charge this guy. So give me just a moment here.
Hurry up, my arm's getting tired holding this rock.
I'm assuming as it gets more tired, there will be less damage as it goes forward, and you'll have to roll with disadvantage. So I'm
Well, I
stalling
think
on purpose.
I'm already in melee range, so
Yeah. So how far am I from this guy? I'm at least 20 feet away, right? So
Yeah, I mean,
I'm
it's up
going
to you. You can be further away if you wanted. Like, there's more bushes that extend off this map.
I think I'm going to come out of the woods and shift into a giant boar as I
A boar?
charge forward to hit him.
I think you mispronounced bear.
No, I meant boar. I meant big pig. Got a lot of pigs in my games lately, so I'm going to go with a
I know,
boar
right?
on this one. So
Is a giant? Is that a large creature or a...
that is a large. That is correct.
There you go. Oh no.
What's your animal name for the boar?
A boar.
A boar?
Tusk? A tusk.
But yeah.
Badare.
A dare tuskborn.
You a dead tuskborn. You have a boar.
Tusk.
Token is yours. Tusk,
Awesome.
tusk.
So I'm going to charge at him, and that is going to be an 18 to hit.
That will hit. It's a surprise pig.
Okay. So if I move at least 20 feet and hit, let's see, you're going to take an additional 2d6 damage. All right. Sorry, I haven't used boar yet, so I've got to read this one.
Oh yeah, no, that's alright.
And I
I just
need
rolled.
Sorry.
I just rolled up a druid in my other game and suddenly realised I've got to actually learn what all the random
the
animals do.
I need a DC 13 strength check by the giant.
That is a success.
Okay. Well, he's not knocked down then, but
You knocked down a.
no, I did not. I said he's not going to be knocked
okay.
down. It would be cool if I did, but that is going to be 17
Wait, he's
slashing.
sitting.
Yeah, he is already sat down.
Well, I could still knock him over. The whole
Yeah,
idea
yeah.
is to knock him
I
prone.
know. I
but
was just
that's
wondering
not
if
gonna
that
happen.
counts as.
I don't think that counts as prone, especially because it's not like you've got any kind of height advantage over him.
It's true.
Right. Now I got to do the math again because I forgot what I rolled. That is going to be 17
Do the math.
slashing damage.
The monster math.
17 is slashing a damage.
Yes, alright. And then the giant brings the rock down onto Torvald.
Sorry, dude. I tried.
21, Torvald. He goes, "Hey! Breakfast!"
All right. That's with disadvantage, or does he not have disadvantage?
That's with disadvantage.
Okay.
He pulls himself to his feet, so that doesn't have to answer that question anymore.
Gotcha. All right, then as he hits me with the rock, it does indeed hit, and then this surge of electricity goes through his body and attempts to jump up his arm. So it's a dexterity saving throw.
Dexterity, that is a 9.
Okay, that's gonna fail. So 2d8. 9 lightning damage.
Ow! If he smashes this rock down, you take 30 points of bludgeoning damage.
3-0?
3-0.
Ouch.
And he's... Ow! That stung.
There's more where that came from.
And... well, indeed, at this point, we zoom all the way down this lengthy gap of initiative order to Ira and Torvald on 5. It's up to you which of you wants to go first, but Torvald's right up there, so...
I think Ira goes first. You probably have more dex than me. I have -1.
It's entirely up to the pair of you.
Oh, okay. You go ahead.
Sorry. I guess we're going to be doing a lot of this, huh? And then she'll go up to the giant. And it's clear we're wanting to kill him, right? Or did it look like we're trying to keep him in decent shape? Based on Adair's attack.
I mean, we killed all the other 4 of them, so... It's up to you.
I didn't know if we were trying to keep this one alive specifically, so I was kind of pulling off of how y'all were trying to injure him. But if it looks like we're just trying to kill him, then I'll go up to him and... Alright, here we go again! A big swing. And then, let's see, that's a 20 to hit, dirty.
That will hit. Hey! Where you come from?
And then that'll be 7 slashing and 4 radiant. 11 total.
Okay. Hey!
And then go ahead and strike again. That'll be
That's definitely cheating. That's definitely cheating. She's already hit me. She can't hit me again.
Is it a 15 to hit?
That will hit, yes.
Really? Cool. And then that's a 9 slashing and 3 radiant. 12 in total.
Hey. And Torvald, that's your turn.
Alright. So Torvald's gonna take his axe out.
I told you not to do that.
And he's gonna swing as it flares up to life. He's gonna cast Spiritual Weapon, 2nd level, and attack with the Spiritual Weapon.
Alright.
And that's gonna be an 11.
That will not hit. Do I need to make a wisdom saving throw?
Yes. So, as he swings, bolt comes down as well. Roll the 1. Nice.
Nice. Very, very
15
nice.
necrotic.
Oh. Puts his hands over his ears. He, looks around, like... You killed all the others?
Didn't look like I was joking.
You were so small. I didn't think it was possible.
Size isn't everything.
Kressara, you're up. Oh, I still forgot to update the overlay with the right character level. It's now 2 levels behind. I really need to do that at some point.
Alright, so I guess we are doing this. I will yell
so
my...
we're doing this.
We're doing this. I yell my command word so that my maul will burst into flame. And I will run and jump over the fire because it's right there. And attempt to hit the giant. Come on. Y'all sucked a minute. Let's get something good here. Yes. 16. I gotta get the calculator.
Yeah, no what to do tomorrow is update you all to level 8, because you're going to be stuck on level 6 eternally otherwise.
That's a 27 to hit.
Oh, that will definitely hit, yes.
Awesome. That is 14. That's 14 damage, and 4 of those are fire damage.
Alright. He sort of goes, hey! Even more of you!
There are, and as I will bring my maul around for my second attack. Aiming right for the stomach. That's 22 to hit.
That'll hit! Hey!
12, 13, 15, 16, 17, 18. 18 damage, and 3 of those are fire damage. As I go straight for his stomach and
Hey, ow! Alright. Adair, it's your turn.
I guess I'm just gonna go after him with the tusks again.
I'm gonna say, Pigman, what's your choice?
That one's not gonna be quite so good. That's a 16.
That will still hit.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm
Yeah.
happy to know that.
This guy's armor's not great. It looks like a patchwork mishmash of bits of old cowhide and sort of things chucked together.
Okay, that's 9 slashing.
Alright, okay. I surrender. Alright, no more rocks. Alright?
Does anyone know what he's saying?
Oink,
There, Torvald?
oink, oink.
He surrendered.
Alright. That was easy.
Where are the villagers you stole?
And this rather battered, bruised giant who really, took a lot of damage. Points further into the cave. You see him pointing towards the back of the cave, where you can see the tunnel looks like it's been like roughly dug out and then slopes down to this small tunnel entrance in the back of the cave. He says, well, we sent them down below because, it was all too small for us to get in, so we had to find little people to send in. There's loads of treasure and stuff down there. We just needed little people to get it out. Only they keep dying. So we keep having to get more little people to get it out.
And where's all the treasure you've gotten out already?
Oh, the boss had some of it. Some over. He points over to like a pile of bedding in the corner. There's some over that way, but we haven't got much out so far because the little people keep saying they can't get in any further because there's horrible things down there.
And why should we let you live?
Because I'm asking you nicely.
And how do I know you won't just attack us when our backs are turned?
Because there's loads of you, and you're really scary.
Well, he got that right.
Are we out of initiative?
Unless you would like to continue the fight, it's up to you. The choice is yours.
Looking at everyone else, I don't know.
Are you gonna maul him?
I mean, if he stopped attacking and Torvald said he surrendered, I'm keeping my maul lit, but I'm not gonna attack him unless he does something.
In which case, you are out of initiative. If you, unless Ira's going to be the one that didn't think so.
I would
That's
like
not.
I will shift back to human form as I walk over to the pin where the cow is. And is it possible for me to open that, whatever that is blocking the
Yeah, it's just a fence. You can move it.
Okay. Then I will take that and go in and secure the cow.
And this point you hear a voice from further down the trail. I'm coming! Oh god! Those giant heads are really heavy.
And I will take the cow to Svenhild and meet her however far down the way.
My cow! You found my cow! And she reaches over and gives it a big hug. Like,
No, Torvald rescued the cow. I'm just bringing it to you.
oh, sorry. Unhug.
Torvald glares at Babe the pig.
And Svenhild goes running up to Torvald, bends down and like wraps in her arms and goes, Thank you! Honestly, I don't know how I could ever repay you for this. You've saved my life, you've saved my cow.
And as she's like hugging him, he's like not really like hugging her back. He's just getting like squeezed, and he's just glaring at Adair. Like, I'll get you.
You're welcome.
You are like the best people ever.
You realize there's a giant right there?
Yeah, but you killed like 4 giants yesterday.
Aye, but this one's still alive. And the last time you got crushed.
I don't really remember that bit, to be honest. It's kind of all a bit hazy, jumbled up.
Well, apparently that happens when you die and come back.
But the giant's looking kind of warily around, but sits back down. Goes, look, you could take the gold, take all the treasure and stuff, and you could even have the little people. And the cow and everything, and if you just, what do you need me for, really?
Have you ever heard of a little glass broken shard that is out somewhere near here? Kind of looks like this, and then I'll look to the bag again.
And while
Hello,
she's doing
Mr.
that,
Bag.
Torvald's gonna go check the treasure and just go.
Alright, I'll get you the list of treasure. You can see there's gold, there's gemstones, shiny objects, all sorts of things that I will get you a list of by next session.
Mr. Bag, please, you have not cooperated with me in some time. It is very important that I show this large man what this wand looks like. I would like you to open... Nat 20!
The bag unzips.
Thank you! And Ira, as she always does, pours everything out of the bag. Dumps it.
This rammel of stuff. I can't remember what's in there at this point, but amongst
There's so much.
Is this small glass wand that sort of glitters and sparkles and seems to just draw the eye in to its presence. It's almost the air around it seems to hum.
This thing right here. Except it'd be how many pieces do we have? 2? So it'd be half this size.
How did you get that from them?
Whoa, do you know something?
Oh, that's the giant king, the cloud giant king. That's his wand, right? Look,
Wow.
I've only ever seen it once, but
That's excellent. Where is this cloud giant king?
the castle at the end of the world.
Excellent. Well, that's all we need. Thank you so much.
Yeah, he's gonna be very mad that you took that.
Yes, I bet he is. Do you know what he likes? Do you know, if there's a way to make him be less mad that I took his stuff?
I mean, they're cloud giants. They're very all fancy and everything, with the big, castles and magic and all that stuff. Like,
Of course.
they kind of look down on us other giants.
Do they
But-
fancy, ballroom dancing?
They like dancing and music and all sorts of fancy stuff.
Excellent. Do you think the king would be happy if someone were to dance for him in exchange for...
I don't really know the king. I saw him once at like a big visit event with all my clan,
Got it.
but Yeah.
Well, thank you very much. You've been very helpful. I'm sorry I slashed your ankle.
No, it's alright. They're very big on contests. They love a good contest. You know, drinking
Excellent.
contests, running contests, eating contests, cat lifting contests. They're just big on that sort of thing.
What color does the king wear, by any chance?
Blue, I think.
Great. Okay, not green. Anyone on the court wear green?
As I said, I've only been there once. There might have been some wearing green at the time.
Perfect.
So-
All right.
So this place, you said at the end of the world, do they serve food?
Yeah.
So it's really the restaurant at the end of the...
Oh my god.
Couldn't resist.
It's west as west goes.
I can
Before you
shift
get into
a
the sea.
dolphin. I can shift into a
Oop.
dolphin, so...
We've had 3 media references today? Maybe 4?
Is that all?
I know, it feels like so few.
Is that including the large party of dwarves setting out to regain their ancestral treasure?
Ah. Yeah, let's go maybe 6 at this point then.
Always bring a wizard and a burglar. But can I go now?
I don't know.
Look, I don't know.
I don't see why not.
Should
Just
we allow
don't
him to
cause
go when he can
more
tell
harm.
others? Maybe you should cut his tongue out.
You think you should tell others not to mess with us?
Oh, definitely, I'll tell them that.
That'd be great.
I guess he can keep his tongue then.
Look, I'd just be advised, you know. Cloud giants, they're very proud. I don't like people talking to them rudely, like.
Like what?
Oh no, that's just a turn of phrase.
Well, we will not let Torvald talk to them.
Hey, what's that supposed to mean?
Nothing.
I hear every cloud giant has a silver lining.
Alright, so are you allowing your giant friend to leave?
Say so. If anyone else wants to stop him, then sure, but Ira lets me go.
We're just going to let him leave then?
I don't think there's any harm in that.
I mean, we could lock him over here in the fence where the cow was and make
He
him
didn't-
wait until we save the people.
I'm
He
pretty
didn't.
sure that wouldn't hold a giant.
He didn't hurt
Well-
us. I mean, I don't think he's going to do anything.
We could scare him.
It was a he,
Well,
right?
speak for yourself. You hurt me with a rock.
You just kind of waltz into his home.
Tell him to empty his pockets. Maybe he has money. Gold.
I've got, like, you know, 20 of these gold shiny things. Will that help?
Aye.
He hands you 20 more of those old gold dwarven pieces.
I'll put him in the bag with the rest. I'm fine with him leaving if you guys are.
Sure.
Alright. So as the giant stomps off, you're left with a pile of, well, some treasure tucked away in these bedding rolls, a merrily cooking fire with what appears to be a nice bit of stew cooking on it, Svenhild and her cow, and a dark hole leading to further caves underneath the mountain. And I think that is the perfect place to leave off with tonight's adventure. And next week, well, presumably,
Next week, we have to probe the hole with our staff because that's what we do.
yeah. Well, week after
Third
next.
time's a charm.
Are we on break next week?
Yes, we are not here next week, but week after. So yeah, there shall be sadly no Isfjell next week. I'm sorry. But it's the week after that, if I have survived seeing my family.
Good luck. Is there something else going on Saturday in our stead, or is it just kind of a open period? Do we know?
Open as far as I know. But nobody tells me nothing. No, everyone tells me nothing. I don't remember nothing.
But on that note, definitely check out all the other shows on
Yes, yes.
Nevers. So we have
Yeah.
Haunted Chronicles, right? On
Tuesday.
8 p.m.
Yes,
Eastern Standard
Eastern.
Time.
Yes.
And then we have Wraith on
Wednesday.
Wednesday.
Yep. Same time, 8 p.m. Eastern.
8. And then what else? What am I missing?
I
For
think
next week,
that's
not
it
much.
Next week, yeah. I think that's it for next week.
Okay.
Yeah. But if you want to keep track of what shows are or are not on, feel free join the Discord. Lovely bunch of people. Or follow on Twitter. There's a streaming schedule posted up every week on Discord and Twitter as to what's on and what's not on. Because I know there's some vampire games that run as well.
On the 23rd, there is a Changeling game as well.
Awesome.
Nice.
And
Yeah.
then 25th is still going to be our part 2, correct?
25th
Of
is
7th
the
Sea.
part 2 of the 7th Sea Pirate Adventure. The
Yeah, there's
two-part
all
one-shot.
sorts of.
A lot of good stuff going on, and I believe there's also still some open auditions in the Discord if
That
you're
is
interested
true.
in joining any one-shots.
So check the Discord down below.
And actually, there's
Yeah.
still spots open for what's going to be an ongoing pirate adventure, as we are going to
Wow.
run a 7th Sea campaign. So,
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, yeah.
If you enjoyed the previous 7th Sea one-shot enough to where you'd want to do it yourself, then that'll definitely be an ongoing campaign in the future.
So yeah, if you're not already, come pop my Discord, and that's where most of the information can be found.
And if
But-
you want some more D&D, there's actually, not on this channel, but on Mendari's channel, Torvald and Ira's significant others are on that that show. So
Technically, Torvald and Ira's players significant others, right?
on our characters.
We've got some cross-world stuff going on.
Oh,
Yes, if you were curious who the aforementioned druid who turns into a cow is, go on
Yes,
over to
it's-
Mendari's channel.
May or may not been a jab at my wife, but
Oh, you
and
know
also,
how it goes.
and also see the person responsible for that damn bag.
yes.
Yes.
He was also a guest on here, and he's the one who gave us the bag, which we love so much.
Mhm.
But yes, but for all else, in 2 weeks' time, join us back on Isfjell as we find out what horrible thing will I put in a cave.
Yep.
Uh,
We'll,
and
we'll find out what's in the hole.
will you finally get some useful treasure?
There we go.
Who knows? All right.
Bye-bye, everybody.